Hello, everyone. Welcome to Root with Fewy. I am your host, Fewy. Today I have with me Jay Orr,
Hello.
Bogart,
Salutations.
and Kelton Black.
Hello, hello.
Okay, so today we are finishing up our Revelry expansion showcase with the Cirque to Goat. Here's that faction board. If you're on the VOD or the video, feel free to pause it and read it. Um, But yeah, this is a 10 warrior faction that steals cards from players with more VP than them, and that gives out points by performing to factions and gets accumulating number of points based on previous performances, basically. So yeah, that's the quick rundown. So yeah, and today we've got Badgers, Rats, and Harrier. So it's Cirque de Goat meets the Marauders. Um, so yeah, we'll go ahead and let the Badgers get started.
Sweet. I know exactly what I'm doing. So question. 8 warriors is the limit to keeper warriors on the board?
No, you have 15, so you have 7 more in your
Okay.
supply.
Interesting. I didn't have a supply spawn in, so I'm gonna need one.
Here, let me go ahead and clone this
Nice. Okay, there we go.
one. Okay, good. Thank you, Huey.
Sometimes they're
Cool.
just invisible, and you just gotta lock them, unlock them to.
Yeah.
Mm,
Okay. I don't know much, but I do know this. You always double in camp. Every time.
that's what I
Nice.
like to hear.
So I will do that. Let's see. I can make some way stations. I got a bunch of statues and a few acorn trinkets lying around. So probably start with that. That. And grab you. Camp there.
Hey,
And
sweetie.
camp over here. Cool. Okay, now I can recruit. Probably pretty useful to recruit, so you can start ruling clearings and getting relics.
Badgers, do you know how you interact with goats with their staggering presence?
Oh, that's so rough. I guess I mean, my assumption is I have to beat them up to get them out. But what are there
Then
any?
their pieces help you count towards your rule.
Yeah.
Or rather,
Only when I built something, right? Or am I misunderstanding?
No, it can be a warrior, just a single warrior in a clearing that goats rule. Let
Oh,
you
okay.
treat it as if you rule for recovering and delving and stuff.
Oh, that's awesome. So the goats are super useful then.
Oh
they are
yeah,
useful. You do
badgers
still
love
need
goats.
to fight them, so you do have to be careful if they, sit on an ambush and take out your warriors.
I thought
But-
that it's must battle if able, right?
Right.
If
That's
there's a
great
legal
point.
target, you got to do the battle.
Yep. So probably not great to just throw one keeper in there.
Well, I mean,
'Cause
you
then you're at the
can.
mercy of whether or not they do the clownish combat.
It just
Right.
depends. Like you don't necessarily need to battle where the goats are, but you can use them for ruling for the delving and stuff. Does that make sense?
I think so. So must battle if able. I can battle anywhere, or I thought it had to be that clearing I moved to.
No, no, it does not have to be the clearing you move to. It has to be a clearing that matches your retinue card. So
Okay.
since you have the bird one,
Or it could be anywhere.
yeah.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Let me just really quick decide if I want to recruit. So I'm still trying to figure out, like with the retinue, how much you would want to put in, because there's no limit to how much you can put in, right? Unless there is.
There is.
There is a limit, 10 cards.
Right, but like on one turn, I can put as many as I
Correct.
want.
You can put as
Yeah.
many cards as you want in there.
Right, right.
Okay. Yeah, I think. Yeah, it might be silly. I don't know. But the first thing I'm gonna do is recruit. So I will spend this boat builders to recruit here. Alright. And then I can craft, not gonna craft. Now I act with retinue. By the way, these like passageways here, I can get rid of them by spending a card from the matching clearing, or any card.
Any card.
So during daylight, you can spend any card. It doesn't have to match. The only requirement is that you can only do the path removal once a turn, and that you have to be on either end of the path.
Right.
And any piece. So it could be a way station, it could be a relic, it could be a warrior.
Okay, understood. I'll save that for now. My back pocket. Okay, cool. So I will begin by moving 2 Keeper Warriors down this way. And then I will battle if able. I'm not able to battle. So instead I will delve.
Also, just another thing, you do not
Yes.
have to use all the actions in your retinue. Unlike with the birds.
Unlike the Eerie.
Okay.
But I would like to for this one, just because I rule all 3 of these guys. So I will delve here and grab this relic. And again, this is like my second game as the Badger, so let me know if I do anything
You're doing
wrong.
great so far.
Cool. All right, so I can flip this, and it's these guys here. That
Or you could recover it. You could recover it to any
I could
3
recover
of
it.
these.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah. You
Because I used the faithful.
Because you're
Retainer.
using a bird card. So you basically say, like, I'm using this bird card in clearing 3.
Perfect. Cool. So do I flip immediately upon delving?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome.
And there you go.
3A. That's very
You rolled
lucky.
3 forests, so you're chilling.
That's awesome. So great. My last retinue action is to move or recover. I will recover this relic.
Now you will lose the card if you recover that.
Oh. Remind me why I lose the card.
So you have to rule clearings of the suit that you're recovering in equal to or greater than the value of the relic. So you would
I
need
see.
to rule 2 more mouse clearings to not lose it.
Hmm.
But, if you want to get those 3 points off the board, it could be worth the retainer. It's kind of up to you.
I don't see the need to do that right away, right?
Yeah, I think it's pretty well defended right now.
Yeah, I think
So-
that's fine.
yeah.
Cool. In that case, instead I will move one. Oh, that's risky though. Goats could go up and wreck my stuff.
Honestly,
Goats, how aggro are you feeling, Goats?
Not very aggro.
Okay.
I am aggro. I'm not looking to destroy things. I'm looking to get my engine on for whatever that means as the goats. Still
Totally.
trying to
Placate
figure
the
that
masses.
Yeah.
out. There you go. Thank you. Yes.
I mean, here's the deal. You can't clown on me yet because we're tied, and I'm not planning on scoring any points right now. And I'm giving you a free attendant to your circus, right? So, buddy.
Well, okay, now I do have a question about the goats. I am allowed to clown on anyone, right?
are you talking about clownish combat?
Yes.
That's only to people with more VP than you. So right now, that's nobody.
Oh, I see. After the roll in battle with an enemy with more than... Got it. Copy that. You're right.
Yeah.
So I'm not looking to clown on you.
Yeah.
Like all good comedians, you can only punch up,
You
not
can only
down.
punch up. Yeah, true. That's great. Okay, cool. I'm going to wrap up my turn here. Live off the land. I believe we're good. Yep.
You're good.
And gather retinue. I can add, and I should add. So I will. I'm going to. Oh man, remind me. What are the best? It's best to add bird cards to the delve, or okay,
So-
not delve.
Yeah. Now you could instead opt to put bird cards in the middle and use the final column where for suited, but that's kind of a preference thing. But people tend to keep
Okay.
the edges blue, kind of like with the Eerie.
Well, move or recover seems pretty just like nice.
Useful.
So
Yeah.
I will do that.
A lot of people like to get 2 bird cards in the move column quickly, but But if you
Okay.
don't have another bird card, then that's also a good choice.
Move as opposed to move or recover.
Because that first move column helps you position better to do your
Right.
delving, right? Whereas the
a good
secondary
point.
move column is more like for protecting relics or getting your way to a recover.
Yeah,
I'll be
not
honest,
often
I'm
you
not.
recover twice.
I'll be honest, I'm not sure which one is better to place it in, but
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll put it in move. I think that logic makes sense to me. Great, and then I will draw 3 because 2 way stations, and that'll be my turn.
Oh, and JR, when you put the way stations out, you put them the side you wanted up, right?
Uh-huh. I believe
Because
so.
they're double-sided. Okay, cool.
Oh, they're... Oh, I see. Yeah, no, I did.
Great.
cool.
I didn't realize you could double up, though. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, each type of relic appears on 2 way stations.
Cool.
Okay. Well, this will be my first turn as the goat, so let's see what happens. It's going to be a pretty simple turn. I want to make sure I do on this turn want to end in the lead, so I do keep my Critics Corner on cheers. I think that's an easy thing to do. I'm talking loud. I think I know what I'm going to do.
There's actually no way you can fail in this because no one has more
can't.
VP than you, and you just have to be tied at bare minimum. So you're good.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. So perform. Reading the rules on perform again, you may spend any number of cards, at least one matching a target clearing you roll with a big top. If you do, score +1 per different suit spent. That's interesting language, but I get it. Okay. In my birdsong, I'm going to Talent Scout. I'm going to Talent Scout twice. Is this crazy? No, this isn't crazy. Maybe it's crazy. I think it's fine. All right. I'm going to Talent Scout twice. I'm going to Talent Scout with a crossbow and a Foxfolk steel. So I would like to put 2 warriors in 10 with crossbow. And then 2 warriors
Are you thinking about putting them in 9 to try to slow down the Badgers a bit? I know they can like benefit from you being there, but you are able to like stop them from moving as much, which is nice.
Yeah, that's what I am thinking about. I do become a target for battle, which, you know what? Let's just see what happens. Yeah, I'll go with 9. Okay, so I'm done talent scouting. In my daylight, I'm going to have 4 actions. Adjust my action counter. I would like to I don't think I want to battle anyone. Yeah, I don't want to battle anyone per se. I'm see if I did that. 1, 2, 3. Well, let's just see what happens. I'm going to pitch in 10 and attract a Keeper Warrior to 10.
I actually kind of love that you give me free moves and you count towards my rule for delves. That's great.
I'm going to... Interesting. I'm going... This could be a big mistake. I'm going to pitch back in 7 and invite the Keeper Warrior.
Okay, well,
Down to
it's
7.
taking a long journey.
And then I think I'm going to. I have 2 more actions. I think I'm just gonna.
I've muted myself in their Discord.
Move. Yeah,
It's going to
move
be
down
interesting to see how this
from 9
plays
to
out.
12,
You
and
know,
move from 10.
that
to 7.
badger is probably
Those are
quite
my
happy to
4
be over there.
Actions.
We'll see.
Reset this back to 0. The actions marker back to 0. Crafting. No, I don't want to craft. No, I don't want to craft. I would like to use this card to perform instead. Okay, I'm going to.
Are you thinking about like crafting Marine Broker? Is that the card?
It's if it were, I would probably craft it. It is not. It's the other one.
Oh yeah, I think Master Engravers is worth pitching. But yeah, I would think twice about Marine Broker.
So I'm going to perform in 7. It's a small performance. We're just getting started. This is preview night. We're not ready for opening. So
well, it makes sense for the origin story, right? You can't start with the greatest show on earth.
Of course, no. You start small. You start with your first gig. I'm going to spend 1 card that matches. So I'm going to spend a Master Engravers to score 1 point. And then no one has any accolades, so I will not get any points for that. Adjusting the Critics Corner, it stays the same. Praise. I would like to praise the Badgers for going to this early performance. It was rocky. It wasn't.
It's polish, but
it needs some polish. But we needed some eyes in the crowd to see how this performance went. So you receive an accolade, sir.
Thank you.
And you receive 1 point for that. I got you. And now I will draw 2 cards, and that will be the end of my turn.
Okay.
Did that sound good?
Yeah, that was great.
Good?
Okay. Alrighty, so I'm going to be getting 2 warriors, 1 for my warlord, 1 for my strongholds. We're in a rowdy mood, rather. Just lots of stuff going on. We're feeling it. I am going to craft Charm Offensive.
Beautiful.
It begins.
Everyone gets points.
We are going to command over here. And prowess over here. Cool, that's my turn. That's my daylight, rather. I will not be inciting. I have pressed 3 clearings for 2 points. I guess at the start of evening, though, I'm going to draw a card and give a point to the goats.
Oh, thank you.
I do not want you behind me in score right now.
I can see that.
So, I drew that Charm Offensive card. Okay, that's what I did. Okay, and then I'm going to draw 2 cards since I am rowdy. And I will pass the turn.
The warlord is living large. Okay, let's see what we're gonna do here. Refresh. Nothing to refresh. Let's go ahead and slip. So I will move over here. Fear not, everyone. The Harrier ate their vegetables. I increased the size of the pond just because it blends in with the forest on this map. Okay. So we're going to take the slip, and then we are into daylight. So let's go ahead and flip over that torch and see what we've got here in the box. Oh. You love to see the hammer. You love to see the hammer.
We're going to see a T-craft.
Root T right off the bat.
Oh my goodness.
Guys, this is not good.
It's okay. I promise I will be a benevolent folk hero of the woodland.
Uh-huh.
This is the sort of violent game I was hoping for, so I'm actually
Exactly.
happy.
Yeah, we all gotta get off to our violent start. Okay.
Oh, you should be at 3 points now, though. 1 point
Oh, right,
for
'cause
the
the
explorer.
exploration.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm coming
then
for you, Harrier.
let's see here. Well, Goats just got a little bit of help from the warlords, so I think I want to share the love here. I will go ahead and exhaust my sword to aid the keepers. So that should be a matching card, keepers. And I'll go ahead and move our relationship up by 1, and I will score a point. And I think that's going to be it for my turn, so I'll go ahead and draw 2 cards, because I start with coins for reasons. And then I'm just going to pass it along.
Alrighty.
I award a red gem to everyone because everyone is ready for bloodlust.
I
Excellent.
just want my relics back, man. I'm not here for blood. Okay, I'm not gonna encamp or decamp.
Really? Not even just for the card draw?
I don't know. It gets a little spooky to like defend 3 way stations.
Oh, you don't care if your way stations go away.
Do I not?
Yeah,
Is there like
what's
a
the
big...
penalty?
There's no penalty.
There's no penalty.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, technically the penalty is you need to spend, warriors to re-encamp them later, but
Sure.
that's often better for you because then you have flexibility of where you can put them.
No,
'Cause
that's...
otherwise it takes like
yeah.
another turn to get rid of it and then another turn to put it out if you're doing it without people, destroying them.
Totally. Okay, that's good to know. So let's see. I don't even have to rule the Clarington camp. That's awesome.
Correct, you don't.
Oh, guys, just 1 second. So goats actually should have 1 more point because they did rule the tower at the end of their last turn.
Yeah. Good point.
So
Thank you, Stewie. I did this intentionally to get that point and then forgot all about it. Thank you.
it happens to everyone.
So let's see here. Oh man, just another freaking... It's not even what I want. Oh. Okay, that's okay.
Stewie, now, because of that, did you still want to give me that charm offensive point?
Close that.
I may not have, but I'm not going to roll it back. It's fine.
Okay.
I'll just call it like insurance for later. Maybe you'll think about not attacking me later or something.
Uh-huh.
That's that seems to be even more valuable, I'd say, than the point. The favor. Okay, no crafting for me. Hold on, let's not get hasty here. Oh. So I craft with way stations, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Are you going to craft a little warlord a goodie?
I think he'll be mean to me, but then I won't lose warriors, right? So that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna craft this root tea
Yes.
with my mouse way station.
Hey, this is very good. It would be bad for the Harrier to get both T's.
Oh,
so
for sure. Yeah.
This is a good
So
preventative
that's
measure.
2 points. Yeah, that'll be my crafting for now. Or will it? Yeah, it will. Oh, or will it? Hold on. So,
Are you going to craft a sword too? Because
No,
that could be super cool.
I'm just trying to figure out, like... This is useful.
If it's informants, it's garbage.
It's
Don't
not
craft it.
I'm
Okay.
not going to craft it.
If
No,
it's
I think I'll move on.
if it's Corvid planners, you should absolutely craft it because that is
Okay, I'll
super
just
good.
say it's League of Adventurous Mice, and I do have an item, and I could use it on my daylight, but I'm like...
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, yeah, I don't know if that's worth it. So,
You'd have to use it right away because I'm taking that tea. So
yeah. Okay, I am gonna act with retinue. So I got 2 moves here. I'm gonna take 2 of my keepers down here. Wait, I don't rule. Oh, I do, because the way station counts towards rule, right?
Yep, you do rule.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. I have a question. It's not a question. I'm going to move up here. Sweet.
Question for you: do you want to rule 9? Is it important for you to rule 9 right now?
I technically rule for what I'm trying to do here, which is delve, right?
Well, you don't rule 9
Skills.
right now since you both have 2 rule, and
Oh,
so
it's only
you're
with the big top that I rule.
no, it's just because you're both tied for rule that neither of you rule, because only Erie wins on ties. Does that make sense?
Right. Well, Ringmaster's Reign, right?
Yeah. What about Ringmaster's Reign?
I get to delve and it counts towards my rule.
Oh, so wait. Well,
Because the goats.
so right now at this very moment, goats have 2 rule because of their 1 warrior, and badgers have 2 rule because of their 1 warrior and 1 way station.
Right.
So
And
you're
together.
so it's the only thing that Ringmaster's Reign does is you get to use clearings that goats rule, and goats do
Oh,
not
so if we
rule this
tie,
clearing. Yeah.
It doesn't count. Interesting. I always like summed the rule, but I get okay. Got it.
So Jayor, you could move both badgers and then still rule.
Right.
You're right. Yeah, I could.
Not rule, but use Ringmaster's Reign.
Right. Like I could do this, and I still rule this.
You still rule
fox player.
2, yeah.
True.
Still do that.
True.
Well, I
Or
rule
what I was
3. Yeah.
what I was the other option is you move 2 badgers up here, and then you would get Ringmaster's Reign.
Oh yeah, but
Chicken.
yeah, but then I leave you alone with my way station for free.
It's just 1 point.
If I can choose which way station
Here
is
we go
undefended, it's
again.
the top one. So I think I'll go with that. Cool. So let's see here. Okay, yeah, I got those. Great. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do. Ugh, hate to waste it, but I'm going to spend this Rabid Ambush to clear this zone, which I believe gives me a point as well.
I forgot to do that on my turn. Oopsie.
Okay. Now I can delve, and I will suppose. Oh man, yeah, that's the annoying thing. Is that's a good point. Bogart is. Yeah, sorry. I could have had a guy there, huh? Yeah. So when I delve, it has to go with a warrior, right?
Right. Do you want to roll it back? Because nothing's been like really done.
Nothing's been rolled or anything. Yeah, I mean, all that would change would be it would look like this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm cool with that. Like you said, way stations are a dime a dozen. I can make another one.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, let's do it then. And then I'm gonna delve in that clearing, so no battle, I believe, right? Is that how that works?
Nope, there's nothing there. Yeah, so you just get to delve freely from an adjacent forest.
Cool. And then I rule all of them. Great. Excellent. Love to see it. And then the final thing is going to be recovering. I rule 1, so I would lose the retainer.
You actually rule 3 mouse clearings right now because of the goats, so you could recover that 3-er for free.
Wow.
Mouse clearings.
That's true, because of here.
Oh my
you-
goodness!
you
I
have a
forgot you.
keeper piece for each one.
I forgot about my little art critic over here. He's just been watching your show. That's great. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Then I will thank you for that. I appreciate that call out. I will recover this relic for 3 points. 2, 3. That is my retinue.
Were you
Now-
on?
Mhm.
Were you on 2 points, or were you on? Or were you on 3 points, or were you on 4 points?
I was on. I believe I was on 4 points.
So
'cause I
badgers
got-
were at 3, cleared a path to go to 4.
right.
Oh, they cleared a path. That's right.
Yeah, and that gave me a point. Sweet. But thank you for keeping me honest. I sometimes miss stuff like that. So. Cool. So then retinue. what to add. And they're really just options, right? Like, what's nice is I can't turmoil, so it's just giving myself things
Audience
that I
life
can
is
do.
good.
Yep.
I love seeing others play my fan factions. I have cats on my lap. Life is so good. So yeah, thanks for watching this video, audience.
And the goats are cool because they let me delve and recover more easily, but they also gum up my movement, which is difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It is an interesting tension. I like that.
Yeah. Well, might as well just let's add this move or recover mouse over here, because I imagine I'll be trying to do some recovering later. Can always get rid of it. And now I will draw. Geez, 4 cards. All right,
Cool.
works for me. Pass.
Okay. What a state of affairs we have. I have 2 people ahead of me. So 2 potential targets for clownish combat. Because I could clownish combat both of them this turn as long as they're ahead of me, correct, Dewey?
That's right. Yep. So clearing 2 is looking pretty juicy, I'm thinking.
Clearing 2.
Yeah.
Because relics are worth 2 points, so it's 3 points if you're able to get through the Keeper Warrior.
Now I have been your good buddy, and I've also drawn 4 cards, so it's likely, I will say firmly, that I have an ambush.
Ooh.
And you have been a patron of the arts.
I have.
I'm just gonna throw this out there just as a strategic option. Goats, you could pitch in 9, drag that badger out of 2, force the badger to leave the relic behind, and then you could clean up that really easily.
I feel like it's focusing a lot on the badgers.
I mean, look at those
I-
badgers. 7 points. Look at them, and you're just helping them by being, by being yourselves.
I am. I will be very transparent here. I am not interested in harming the badgers too badly. I'm concerned about a Harrier that
Oh,
will
okay.
just do Harrier things very soon.
Yes.
And I am also concerned about a very professional player with a warlord who's going to begin to gain steam soon.
And the silver tongue. Don't forget that.
Yes. That.
I'm here as a designer, just letting you know the capabilities of your faction you're playing. That's all.
My
true.
goodness. My goodness. Well then. I'm deciding if I'm going to talent scout. I have 2 more warriors to put on the board here. I wonder if it's worth maxing out. I kind of think it is. Okay, I think I got my moves. In my birdsong, I'm going to talent scout. I've seen some really good things out of the folks in Clearing 10, and I want to invite them onto my tour. So I've talent scouted 10. There we go. In my daylight, I'm going to get all 5 actions. So, first things first, Jayor.
Yes, sir.
I am very interested in, if you have an ambush, you have an ambush, but I would like to battle you in 9. Do you have...
It's yours,
would
my
you like
friend.
ambushed?
No, it's yours. I left that as a gift for you after your fabulous show.
Thank you. Now, I I rolled, but I guess I really didn't need to roll because I'm not interested in taking the way station. I'm actually interested in taking a card via Clownish Combat.
You sly dog. Okay.
He
It's just
clowned
one card,
you up.
and
It's just one
like you
card.
said, you have 5.
Of course.
Now it will be a random card.
Yes, I'm currently shuffling up my stuff. Or it's not shuffling. Hold on.
I
Oh,
I was
also,
taught-
Jor,
taught a
this
cool way
card
to do
on the
this.
table was a card I aided you.
Oh, I never even noticed that.
Sorry
Whoa.
about
Oh,
that.
shoot. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't hear that part.
So I think
Jor,
well,
do you wanna
this
discard
kind of
one
matters
first?
because I see you have 5 cards in your hand. So I
Tell
don't
you
know
what,
if you want
I
to
never saw this. I'm just gonna discard it.
No,
because
no,
I'm gonna have
no,
to discard
no.
them.
No,
It's
no, no, take
add
it,
it
take
to
it.
your retinue. Just add it to your retinue.
because I
You sure?
I gave you this
Yes.
very intentionally.
Okay, thank you.
It seems odd, but you would have had the chance to add it to your retinue, and so I don't feel
see.
bad about it at all.
Yes. No, thank you. That's very kind. Great. Then yeah, I'll add another.
Oh,
Here. Maybe. Oh, geez, where'd it go? Okay, over here, so I can always discard it if I need to.
okay. So I've shuffled, and I'm going to take the top card.
Please.
And I don't need to show it to anyone, right? It's just mine.
Nope, you don't show it to anybody.
Okay. Excellent. For my second action, I would once again like to attack 9. Would you like to ambush?
9. No, I would not.
Okay. So now I will take. Oh no! Damn it! I already declared. Oops.
You can also only clown, once per clearing per player.
Yeah, but I messed up because I was going to take a card from the Vagabond, but now we're tied in
Oh.
points.
Yeah,
So
it is too late.
That is too late. I have to learn my lesson the hard way. Well then.
So you're
but,
attacking the Vagabond then, you said?
No. I already declared it.
Oh, a 9, not 7.
Because he
I
wanted
see.
to take the way station for the point.
Right.
Well, don't worry, Bogart. I'll be giving you at least 1 card on my next turn.
Okay. Well, interesting. Let's see. Dang, that was my first misplay. We had a stumble. There was a missed cue. Okay. So now I have 3 more actions. Wow, that was so silly.
By the way, very kind gift, Vagabond, and I'll keep that in
Of
mind.
course.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Here's my plan. I'm going to pitch 3 times. I'm going to pitch in 10, and I'm going to attract one of your members of the unruly mob.
Oh,
Has
yes.
been attracted to what's going on here in 10.
In 10. Oh, excellent.
Can that attract the warlord, or is it your choice?
Not be moved outside of your turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I will pitch in 9, and this rat just can't stop following. And I will once again
My
pitch in
gosh.
12.
Incredible. I love it.
This makes me a little sad. I really liked being in 10. Oh well. Okay.
I am. Ooh. I now have the option to craft. God, I love crafting too much. This is my problem.
It's a good problem to have, I'd say.
These are your strongest crafting moments right now. Where
In the
when you
early
still
game?
have 2 big tops. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I just don't know if I'm going to be. No, I think I'm going to not. I'm going to know what I'm trying to say right now. I'm not going to craft. I'm going to perform. And I may spend any number of cards. Does that mean I can spend 0 cards?
One has to match the clearing, so.
So I have to spend a card.
Yeah.
You do have to spend a card to fulfill an action that says spend.
Yeah. For 12, it would
A
have
good-
to be at
a
least
good
one
question.
bird or mouse.
The wording on that action has been quite tricky. But yeah, you do need to spend at least one card, and it has to be a matching one if you're just doing one. Yeah.
Dang. So I don't think there's a way I can get into. I think I'm going to go into Jeers no matter what. This turn.
Aw,
'Cause I don't
sad.
think I can make it to 7 points. That's okay. I'm going to perform.
Wait, do you have
This is
two
an
cards
interesting
that are different suits?
They are different suits. Now, this is an interesting choice to make because you basically have a choice between how much you want to lay into the performance and how much you want to lay into praise.
Right.
And I'm gonna lay. You know what? I'm gonna lay one card into. I get a free accolade marker. I get to give one away for free no matter what if I perform. Correct?
Right.
Okay. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna try something. Potentially radical. I'm going to just score 1 point on my performance. I'm only going to spend one card, and I'm performing in 12. So I'm going to perform with with League of Adventurous Mice, and that is for 1 point. And I get 1 point because the keepers have an accolade marker.
Mm-hmm.
And now I would like to praise. I'm going to praise for every time someone gets an accolades marker. Is it 1 point per accolade marker?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's just 1 point. Like, it doesn't like accumulate. It's just every time they get one marker, they get 1 point.
Correct. Okay. You know, this might be not. I don't know. Maybe I just split the difference.
I mean, if I take out a big top, if anyone takes out a big top and you give it to Badgers, then you're back at square 0. You know, spreading it out definitely protects you more.
Yeah. Well, I'm debating on whether or not I give 1 to each of you or I give 2 to the rats. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, I see. If you give it to me, then I won't attack you this turn. How about that?
There's the warlord.
Your rat has traveled far and wide to retrieve these 2 accolade markers for you.
Yay.
And
2
I will
points
spend
for me.
bird dominance to spend that second accolade marker. It is. Let's see. I didn't adjust the critics corner, but I am adjusting it to Jeers. I'm at the end of my turn. I will draw 2 cards because I now have 1 card showing on my accolades track. Oh, and I can adjust this as well to 2 accolades for the Mats and 1 for the Badgers. And I draw 2 cards. That's my turn.
Okie dokie. All right, as rats. Okay, we're gonna get a couple warriors. See, I'm not doing so hot. I have nothing in my horde. I appreciate the praise you've laid on me. Just a starting out warlord that doesn't know how to oppress folks yet. All right. I think this is what I've got to do. I think my priority needs to be getting that tea, because this is my shot at a prowess item. So if I do it that way, then
Please. Please.
no, I don't think I can do it that way. Actually, I think I've got to play it safe. I'm gonna be stubborn. We're gonna use a command to go here.
Have mercy, mouse.
Actually, I think I will craft tunnels. I will craft tunnels.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think sometimes it can be useful for Warlord's backline.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it lets you use mobs as well, right?
No, mobs don't craft, sadly.
Oh, okay.
So, but going between the strongholds is still pretty useful because sometimes they get broken up.
Right.
Okay,
Stewie, I love
so-
that you're angling your arm.
Is that with mouse wheel while you're holding them?
I'm using actually Q and E. Just
Oh,
right,
mouse
right.
wheel does it too.
Okay.
okay. So okay, I'm actually going to have moved 2 up. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So that's my command, is moving from 1 to 5. And then my advance is going to be moving from 5 to 7, and I'm going to be looting the keepers.
Okay.
Do you ambush me?
I do not.
Okay.
You got a lot of guys.
I'm stubborn, so I didn't really even need to roll, but that's fine. So, fun fact, since goats rule, I get to treat it as if I rule. And if I
Oh,
rule,
yeah.
then I am able to loot.
Cool.
Oh,
So,
very cool.
It's yours.
Rats love looting at the circus. Okay, excellent. That is that. I will then step back, maybe? Or do I take this moment to do something radical? I could hit Mr. Harrier.
Oh, come on. I'm captive 5 refresh now.
It's
You've
true.
got enough problems besides me.
refresh.
Cap
true.
at 5 refresh.
Hiding hammer behind his back.
I wish.
I did tell goats I would not hit them. I think I'm gonna hit this badger for real now. Ambush me.
come on.
Ambush me, I dare ya.
I won't do it.
Okay.
Kill him.
Okay. I'm stubborn, so I get to keep all my guys.
Yep.
Alright, sweet. So that's that. I'm gonna go ahead and discard a card to remove a path for a point. And then I will get... and then it's evening. I must do it. Goats, take a point. I'm charm offensiving.
Thank you.
And then I'm scoring 2 points. And then I'm drawing a card and passing the turn.
Poor goats, man.
Alright, interesting. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and refresh 3 items. Then I'm going to slip. Now, I do just want to point out, I mean, obviously the Harrier has a reputation that precedes them. If I wanted to, and I'm not going to, but it would be very powerful play. Decent chance to be able to take this out, because I could just torch, fly here, crossbow, and then as long as I don't roll 0-0, I'd take both.
I'm sorry, Kelton. There's one thing I forgot to do again. Dewey, I forgot to give myself the mountain point.
Please give yourself the mountain point.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I will not give you the charm offensive point, then I'll give it to Vagabond.
Oh, let's go!
But then then I would have stayed in cheers. Could I draw a card?
Well, the
stayed
mountain
in-
point happens at the end of your evening, so it's after you've done
Yeah.
everything else.
Yeah,
you're
so
right,
you would not
you're
have,
right.
yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to call that out. Last time I forget, I promise.
Oh, good.
Cool. Okay, I don't think I'm going to take out that relic, though. Just
That's
because that's...
Very sweet of you.
It's kind of, yeah, I mean, is probably the
Darn,
best
that's
opportunity
that's
I'm
4
gonna ever have
points.
for
Yeah,
playing.
shoot.
I know,
That's
I know.
a
It's really. Oh,
You will make an enemy for the rest of the game if you do, and if you don't, you make a
I
friend.
already have
So
enemies for the rest of the game. It's called playing the vagabond.
I
so far you
mean,
have an ally, a steadfast ally in me.
Harrier, we're the police at this table. Like,
I know.
these
Well,
badgers will get out of
I think building
control.
up I
Goats
think
will.
building up my actions now and kind of shading, my the potential of teeth and claw that I have access to is probably a little bit better for my self-interest than getting hit with the entirety of the badger ball next turn. But if
All right.
keepers end up doing some crazy burst later, then we will point to this moment, and I take full responsibility. Okay, cool. So we're gonna just go about this the chill way. So I'll go ahead and enter daylight. I'll flip my
Dewey was
satchel or
ready for blood at the start of the
torch
game,
here.
and
I mean, I'm
nobody's
ready
hitting
for
each
blood
other.
soon. I got my stick and sword. Okay, so I got 5 items in my satchel. So any more, and there's gonna be problems. Let's go ahead and flip my hammer. And I'm in bunny clearing, so I will go ahead and craft a visit to friends. So I'll grab a boot,
Very nice.
and I'll grab a point. Thank you. All right. And let's see.
I mean, you gotta start
Goats.
getting some infamy, right? So, those goats.
I know. I will, but I want to do a little more aiding before things go really off the rails. So, and also get some of those sweet path points. So let's go ahead. So let me think here. I'd need to exhaust 3 more items to do what I want to do, which I think is good. Questing is also not off the table because I have 2 not horrible quests. Okay, let's go ahead and I will exhaust a sword to. No, let's exhaust a crossbow to aid the goats. I'll go ahead and give you a card here, goats.
Oh, thank you, sir.
And I'll
And
score
we're
a point
aiding
for
in.
that. Aiding
Oh,
here and clearing 10.
Got it.
And then I'll move us to friendly. Okay, and then I will go ahead and yeah, I think it's worth it. I'll spend my boot here to go over here to clearing 9. And I'll go ahead and spend a card from my hand to take out this mountain pathway for another point. Okay, and then I will go ahead and take 2 cards. And I'll go to the evening. Or I'll end my turn, rather.
Alrighty. So. God, that's such a big Harrier. I just can't stop looking. I'm gonna encamp.
I
in
am
this
rather prodigious in size, it's true.
It's very prodigious. I suppose I'll make the tablet. Yeah. Get out of here. Yeah, we got tablets around here. Oh, interesting. Okay. Cool. Okay, so that's the first thing. Next thing is going to be recruiting, and I will be recruiting. I'm gonna do rabbit and fox. So that's gonna be. It's recruitment's 2, not 1, right?
Correct.
2 warriors per card you spend. Correct.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So then these 2 are going to go up here. These 2 are going to go up here. All right. into daylight. Crafting. Pass. So then retinue. Got 2 moves to make. Let's see. How do we want to do this? Ah, but yeah. Oh wait, that should be fine. I want to do this, and then I have another move. I will move 1 in here. Oh, I don't rule, so
Well, if it's 1 badger to 1 goat, you do rule, or you don't rule, but the goats rule because they count for 2.
I think he's trying to move from
Yeah.
9, though.
yeah,
So
trying to move from 9 to 10.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and because we tie rule, that won't work.
That's fine.
That's fine. I will move all of my guys out to move 1 guy in. So that is 2 moves. Yep, that's my move. And then I can
Crazy guy.
battle and delve. I'm going a little nuts here. Yeah, cool. So let's flip this relic and see what should I do though? Such a decision point. I guess I'll go for the top one. Damn it. God damn it. I knew it was. Okay.
that's easier to recover, though.
Yeah, it is. So, especially if I recover in here.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So yeah, I'll recover, or rather delve up here. And now we move into my move or recover. So I will move these 2. Oh man, forgot. Goddamn mouse. Guess yeah. So I move these guys over here. That's one of my birds, so I can only do 1 recover, I believe is how that works.
If you want to burn a card, you can recover both. Which honestly,
Really
it
cool.
might be worth doing right now because
Totally. Yeah, my confusion was I thought it had to be a matching clearing, so the mouse...
The
It
mouse
doesn't-
card cannot be used for recovery in Fox, correct? But what Fury
Correct.
is saying is, if you
Mhm.
want to burn one of your bird cards, recover basically, like, you recover a relic, check
Yeah.
to see if you burn the card or not, and then
Oh,
you're
and then
allowed
I
to
can use it
recovery
again.
on that same
Right.
card. Correct.
right,
Yes.
right.
That is... Yeah, that is how that works.
Kelton coming in clutch with the good descriptions.
It is an incredibly confusing thing to like read in the law. But it
Totally,
kind
especially
of-
compared to the Eerie, because with the Eerie, it's 1 card, 1 action, but with...
yeah.
whatever
Recover
this
is
called.
very unique in that it's like
Yeah.
an action to card thing that can be kind of done multiple times as long as you don't like, you know, like burn it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, then I will. I suppose now here's an interesting question. I just kind of want to pull the room. I don't know if it'll affect the game too much, but I could get rid of my faithful retainer, which just is out of the game, or I could discard the ambush, but that goes back into the cycle for anyone
the
else to
shuffle.
grab, right? So it
You
might
usually
be better.
want to get rid of your retainers first
Yeah,
for that
okay.
reason.
Sweet, good to know. Okay, then yeah, let's do this in order. Faithful Retainer, I'm going to recover this relic. Easy peasy, nothing lost, but only 1 point gained. And then, skipping the mouse for now, I'm going to come back to it. Well, I guess not. Yeah, it's still on the Faithful Retainer. I will use that Faithful Retainer. Okay, come on. All right. Cool. I will use the Faithful Retainer to recover this coveted relic that everybody was eyeing nervously.
I'm sorry,
It
everyone.
was mostly me. And that's another 3. So 1, 2, 3. And then finally, I have a mouse move that I can put to work. It would be a shame to waste it, but I'm kind of like, what am I gonna do with this?
It's fine to waste it. Badgers waste their stuff all the time.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right. Cool. Last thing I'm gonna do before I completely exit daylight is I'm gonna spend this dominance card, which I guess we'll just go here, to get rid of this tunnel. Give myself a little point. Clear up the road for later.
Just a little point, guys.
Just one. It's just one. Why are we?
We're speed running route right now.
So many free points being given out in this game. Cool. And then that is live off the land. Shoot, I wasn't paying attention.
I think you're good there.
Yeah, you're good.
We're good.
Solid.
And then gather retinue. So battle and delve is pretty good for multicolor. It sounds like maybe move occasionally as well.
Do you mean like for wild cards?
Not for birds, for suited.
Oh, for
cards.
suited cards. Yes,
Yeah.
the middle column is usually where a lot of the suited cards go,
Yeah.
because it's like, it'll sort of be dependent where you want to fight.
Totally.
And it
Cool.
doesn't matter as much if you burn it, because ruling
Yeah.
adjacent forests are usually more difficult than clearings of the same suit. Varies based on map and other factors, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Also, so this is a new thing that I wasn't sure about, but I checked how I wrote my law for the goats. Badgers, you get a point for ruling this tower.
That's crazy!
These keepers are going.
We're sharing the tower, buddy.
And also Vagabond, you could as well if you were there.
Really?
Because of
Interesting.
how
Okay.
everything
makes
is
sense.
worded.
All right.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
These
Well,
points
you're-
are kind of a mirage.
Wait, hold
I'm
on.
running out of...
Wait,
Yeah.
Vagabond, you did not end your turn in the tower clearing, though.
Oh,
so,
you're
like,
true.
I'm
Okay,
saying
yeah,
if
yeah.
you do, then yeah.
In the future. All right. Good to know. Sorry about that.
No worries.
But before I'm too targeted, and fair play if I am, I've taken all of the easy tokens. Now I have to go out of my way to get more, right? So,
This is true.
alright, that is my turn.
That is your turn indeed. Well, I know I'm not going to talent scouts. That makes that easy. I'm going to, keep my actions marker at 5. Okay. There are 2 people ahead of me in points. I am interested in a mouse card. Jayor.
Mm-hmm.
If I clownish combat you somewhere, and just for the sake of clownish combating, I'm not trying to hit you per se. Do you have a mouse card you're willing to part ways with?
I am in the lead, so it would be random, and I'll tell you this, I have 4 cards, but only 1 mouse card that's helpful to you.
Okay. Bird card?
Shit.
You don't want to disclose that information.
Okay, I'll tell you this, it's you got a 50-50 shot of getting a card that's useful to you, alright?
I see.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Mr. Vagabond, Kelton,
Mm-hmm.
are you in the position to part ways with a mouse card?
Well, because I
bird
get
card.
to choose my card, I can tell you have a 100% chance of not getting a mouse or bird card from me.
Incredible.
Oh, so you have no interest in helping me?
I mean, I feel like I helped you quite a bit. I gave you cards on this last turn.
You gave me
A
a card.
card.
Yes.
I gave you a card.
I'm asking for another card.
I mean,
He wants you to subscribe to his circus content.
that's true.
If I could, I would just give you the mouse card.
I suppose here's the thing. Because the cards, are going to be helpful for your scoring, but do we get any sort of table policing out of it? Because I think we're all a little bit scared of the Badgers right now.
We're a little bit scared of the Badgers. That's
I've done nothing to you.
true. I have a 50% chance of getting it with the Badgers.
I mean, here's another way to look at it, Bogart. I have not entirely figured out what my next turn will look like, but potentially it could look like me aiding you 2 cards. Whereas if you take a card from me this turn, I am not going to aid you because I can't aid you twice then.
Well, I will say the card that you would aid me is much more useful to me right now than it is.
That's also true. I don't know. I mean,
when your turn rolls around.
yeah, I suppose it's up to you. You're gonna do what you're gonna do.
I guess. I mean, this might sound mean, but I'll proposition you.
Mhm.
I have this action in 9. Maybe if you have an ambush, then you have an ambush. But I can clownish combat you here, or I can pitch out and pitch back in 12, bring you down to 12, and then clownish combat here with 3 goat warriors, and maybe not clownish combat and just combat.
And just combat. Interesting.
I'd rather not do that because
Yeah.
I think there are other people to spend those actions on.
I mean, I guess it's your call if you want the rabid squirrel on your tail.
Oh wow,
I don't know.
You really don't want to give me a card.
I guess, I mean, here's the thing. Am I worried that you're gonna accelerate faster than the Badgers? Not really, but I also know that, like, I've
So
given
what
you.
gives?
Well, people have been giving you cards and points, and you've also been scoring off the tower. So I'm just a little wary about that. If it's really going to be a big point of contention here, I suppose I'm, happy to part with a card that would help you on this turn right now if you want to fight me. But do keep in mind that, if aiding and questing for me, and I mean this will be inevitable anyway, but if aiding and questing for me is not like a possible or fruitful option on my turn, I've got these 2 swords. So
Goats, are you
Okay.
planning on attacking the Badgers, like sending them back a
I
little bit?
You know what? Let me do that. I'm gonna attack the Badgers first, and it's gonna be a clownish combat, and we'll clear some things up. But yes, yeah, we'll get back to that in a second.
Okay.
Jayor,
Yeah.
I really am not interested in. I mean, I don't know, dude. It's getting.
Oh,
This game has gone too long without the bloodshed.
you are not making an enemy here. Do what you got to do. No worries.
All right, Jayor, for my first action, I would like to battle you in 10. Would you like to ambush?
I would not.
Okay, so
Sorry, this is a proper battle or a clownish?
Well, I want to now clownish combat, but I'm going to still lose a warrior, correct, Dewey?
That's correct. And Goats
Oh,
get to
right.
decide the clownish thing after the roll. So, yeah.
Cool.
it's
Okay,
like the
understood.
opposite of looter's timing.
Yeah.
So, okay.
All right.
And,
Already
here
shuffled.
we go.
Yep.
okay, cool. All right, here we go, and... Damn.
Oh, yeah, I told you, 50-50. And you shuffled yourself, right? Just to double check.
I did,
Yeah, that was
okay.
clownish combat for y'all at home.
Alright.
If you want
So
to
that was
pause
1.
and read that.
Vagabond, if you give me that mouse card / bird card, what do you want me to do for the remaining actions? Who do you want me to hit? Badgers? Rats?
I think it's got to be Badgers. I feel like there's a lot of stuff on the board that I'm not particularly worried about the Warlord. Plus, the Warlord and I will naturally be inhibiting each other, or one another, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with parting with the card, especially since you missed and you did a little bit of hand policing with against the Badgers. I would appreciate if you could spend some of your other actions to disrupt, but it's
I can do a little more with the Badgers. I have 3 actions after after I attack you with clownish combat. So I can what I'm thinking of. I'll just say what I'm thinking of doing. I'm thinking of I could strip this Badger away. I could bring him down to 10, freeing up this way station. I can free up I can take a warrior off this guy and bring him down to 12. I could attack them again somewhere. Right, I have 3 actions, so I can do a couple of things. There's not a lot to do. He doesn't have any of those relic tablet things out right now, so he just has the way stations. So I think it's just a matter of hitting and trying to get some warriors / way stations off the board to stave him off a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm a little nervous about just giving you a card that you desire, but I'm also, I guess heat is then a little bit more off of me, so it's I think that sounds like a good plan. I'm still down to give you a card that helps you.
Okay. Kelton, I would like to battle you in 9. Would you like to ambush?
No ambush.
That would be a
All
funny
of that, and then I
ambush.
was cooking an ambush.
I mean, we're giving him a performance, but yeah, fair.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will not. I will not use my battle hit. I will use clownish combat.
Okay. And so I get to pick the card I give you, right?
Correct.
All right. Here you go.
You stab you in the back.
Okay.
No, I didn't stab him in the back.
Okay.
You did not stab me in the back. Okay, now I have 3 actions. First action, or 3 remaining actions. First action will be to pitch in 10, bringing down this Keeper Warrior from 6.
Okay.
I'm going to pitch again in 12 to bring down Keeper Warrior from 3. And now I have 1 action. I have 1 goat off the board. Yeah, Badgers, I'm going to. Well, no, if I don't hit you in 10, the rats could hit you in 10 easily, whereas they couldn't hit you in 12 easily. But if I hit you in 12 and you roll high, I'm gonna lose that big top. All right,
I mean,
so
you're
I think
kind of the
realistic.
one giving the Badgers the tower points. It'd be nice if you hit them in 10.
I mean, I can.
Yeah.
Thuy, what are the rats doing down in 7 right now? I'm curious.
I mean, the rats are just like you. Like, look at us, bottom of the pack. I mean, and you're gonna be getting 4 points this turn off your performance. So, like, I'm just trying to I'm trying to keep up with all you guys. That's what I'm doing. I don't know. I might go into the back line of the Badgers. I might be able to use a card to clear the path from 5 to 6. I can maybe go after them that way.
Okay.
But the goats are inhibiting my movement quite a bit the other way, so I think that is how I would have to do it.
Okay. So, in my backline, you're thinking 6, 2, this kind of backline, 3.
Right.
Going this
I
way.
don't have many actions, but I'll see what I can do. Start heading that way. Yeah.
Okay. For my last action, JR, I'm going to battle you in 10. Would you like to ambush?
I will not ambush, no.
Ooh, all right. And they're all wiped.
Just clearing the way for those rats.
Calamity.
And I think the bloodshed has started. So those are my first. I don't know what you want to call that. The first part of my daylight. Something I want to do during daylight is I would like to clear a path. I'm going to use Rabbit Partisans to clear this path down here. For a point. And now I'm going to craft. I'm going to craft Marine Broker.
Yeah, that's worth it.
Let's do it.
In my evening, I'm going to perform. What do I want to perform? I guess I want to perform down in 12. That makes sense to me. Yeah, I'm going to perform in 12. I can get rid of other cards. Well, here's my first performance card. Thank you, Kelton.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I can spend other cards with different suits. I think I'm going to. Ooh, decisions.
Yep, goats have several things they can do with their cards, so it's always a question of what will you do with them.
Goats really
Hang
feel
on.
like such a natural part of this game, honestly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here. I second that. You know what? I'm going to. I haven't had the big performance that I know my goats can give. So tonight's the night. I'm going to give
Showstopper.
Oh,
a show-stopping number here with a fox ambush and a swap meet for in clearing 12. So that is for 3 points. 1, 2, 3.
Mhm.
And I will. Oh dang. Well, I already showed it, so I don't want to go back. I thought never mind. And I get 3 points because of the badgers and rats present.
Yeah, 3 plus 3.
Yeah, great.
Hot diggity.
those goats. Pulling out all the stops.
There we go. Now
Cheers
I
now.
adjust the critics corner, and yes, and they are raving right now. But I did go a little too hard. I threw out my voice. I shouldn't have. I could have kept swap meet. That's what I would have done differently, because I would have been tied in, but still gone to cheers. Is that correct?
Yeah, you can take it back. That's fine.
Are people okay with that? I mean,
I'm cool with that. Yeah. So that's actually interesting. You just have to be tied for first to get cheers.
Right.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Thank you.
completely
Thank
fine
you.
to take back a card that you have revealed. Like, it was just like a detriment to you, to have
True,
revealed
true.
that to us.
Okay. Well, thank you. Then I will revert that point. And I drank some great root tea, and now my voice is back for the performance tomorrow night. So, the critics corner has been adjusted. Praise. I will give the badgers. Oh no, I can't. I don't want to.
Wait, why not? No,
you
you're.
could.
Because
You already got
because
your
I already
cheers.
adjusted it. Yeah. This is. I'm
And
getting
now you
used to
can
the
clown
order of
on me.
operations here.
Right?
That's right. Yes. And I will give you an accolades marker
Okay.
to reflect that. Here you go.
Yeah, that timing is very important.
Yeah. And now I will draw 3 cards. And that will be my turn.
Goats are looking pretty good. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Kelton, like, look at our 2 problems we have.
No, I understand. I think it's going to be the dawn of the rodents soon.
Yeah.
Rise up.
Yeah, so, what are you thinking? What are you planning on doing on your turn, Harrier?
Probably just batting cleanup with whatever you don't take care of. So if you go for the goats, I'll probably go for the badgers. If you go for the badgers, I'll probably go for the goats. I'm gonna try and... I mean, I've been incredibly lucky with the ruins, so I'm gonna try and see if there's a bag here. If not, it's the boot, and I'll just get rid of a boot at the end of my turn. It's not the worst thing. So probably explore, and then... Well, then if I'm exploring, it makes... Well, no, I can use my boot to get to badgers or goats, so...
Okay.
Yeah,
I think
probably
it...
explore and then
I mean...
figure out violence.
So you're a bit ahead of me in score, and so my thought is that I'm probably more able to police badgers than you. Also, I think it's a bit better for me if I police badgers.
Yeah.
Like, you can move to a clearing real easy, of course, but like policing in multiple
But
clearings
I think
is a
it makes
challenge.
more sense for you to get the points
Yeah.
from the way stations rather than me.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that is what I am going to plan on doing then. Okay. Cool. We'll get 2 warriors at the warlord and 1 warrior at my lone stronghold. choose a different mood.
Alternatively, I would love if someone would craft a satchel.
Well,
I think this is
I
a
happen to have one.
this is a relentless turn.
We'll see. We may have to do some business later then.
No one has crafted hardly anything. It's been rough. Like,
Yep.
I mean, the tea was nice.
I gave you some
So yeah, thanks, Badgers. I will be returning the favor. In the way that only a warlord can. Okay.
Getting invited to the red wedding.
Okay, yeah, I guess this
The
is
young badger, forever young.
this is
Forever
just
young.
what I've got to do. Okay, so we're going here with my first command, which is my only command. I will drop this sad, sad card to open up a path. And then I will start prowessing. So we're going to go here. Do you ambush, Badgers?
It's a lot of red. I do not.
Okay. So I'll grab that point, and I'll zoom back that thing for you.
Oh, cool. How'd you do that?
I press 0 on the number pad. It works for all the official stuff, but not the goat stuff.
Pretty cool.
Okay, so that's that. I have an extra move if I want it, which, just funny. Let's see. How many am I pressing? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I think I better just... I don't know. I think I'll just not do the move. And then I will move here and attack. Do you ambush here?
I don't. No.
I think yes. Okay. So okay, that's one dead badger, and then I will use my extra relentless battle to battle you again.
Okay. Let's get some zeros. Damn, that's not what I meant.
I'm totally happy with that interpretation.
Fortress words.
Okay, I'm oppressing 5 clearings, so that is 3 points.
Wowie, alright. By the way,
Valley.
earlier I thought that this was like the same forest, but is it not?
No,
Wait,
this
where?
is the same.
That's the
forest.
same.
It
Yeah,
is. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
you're good.
Just wanted to double check.
I'm not gonna charm offensive because I have a full hand, so I'm just gonna be drawing a card,
Makes sense.
passing the
Look at the
turn.
rats with a bunch of cards.
I know.
Yeah, charm offensive and the rowdy. It's been
Well, there hasn't been much crafting or stronghold building with the rats, so.
that's true. Oh my gosh, yeah, I've just had to
Or
go
inciting.
loot
Those
and
tend to be the main
police.
sources of their cards. Or
The rats, you really
expenditures.
caught up in points very quickly.
That's true.
2, 3,
A lot of
4.
cardboard.
Okay, so I refreshed my 4 exhausted items. I will not slip. And then we're going to go ahead and take some daylight actions. So let's go ahead and flip the torch. Let's see. You don't like to see that.
Wah, wah.
But I still get a point off of it. Where am I? I'm all the way back here. Oh, sad. So I may wish to make good use of the second boot since I'm going to be getting rid of it soon, and or just damage it. Let's see what's going to be happening though. Okay, so I think we're just going to go ahead and fight some people. Or do I quest?
Oh come on, you gotta hit the goats. The goats
I
are.
gotta hit the. No, you're right. You're right.
But you gotta
course.
expel those bandits, Kelton.
I know. Expelling the bandit. Well, because here's the thing. I could like try and be really cheeky and like quest and then see like do the draw cards, see if I can get a satchel. But that's like ultimate greed. So and definitely not worth it in the long run.
I mean, you can check how many bags are in the discard to see if that's even a viable
You're right.
option.
I never really think about that. Well, there's already two.
There are
bags
2
in
of
there.
the 4 bags in the discard.
True.
So you got a 2 out of 17 chance, unless like someone has the bag in their hand.
Well, Kelton, I do have a bag.
You
In
do
my
have a
hand.
bag. Yeah,
I don't know how many
this
others are
is not a
playable.
good plan. This is not a good plan.
Okay.
So we're just gonna go ahead and flip over the ruined boot.
But if you remove that tent, I will not craft the satchel.
I mean,
I have other
that's
things.
okay.
It's okay. You can just get one from a ruin. He's fine.
Yeah, this is guaranteed to be a satchel now. So.
That's true.
And also, I mean, at this point, the satchel is kind of just a means to an end because it's like I'm not going to be at the 2 boot threshold yet, so I'll just mostly be relying on slip and my torch to get around, which is not horrible for the Harrier. So, you know, if I get that second boot later, hey, that's great, but between only having the 1T and that second hammer is still, or the crafted hammer rather, is still floating out there.
I also have the crafted hammer, if you're interested. But
I mean,
only if you
I
don't
gotta
need
do
that
what I
text.
gotta do. I gotta start doing
Okay.
some scoring.
You're not getting the hammer if it gets crafted. I'm sorry.
Right, I mean, yeah,
Harrier.
nobody's just gonna let me have the second hammer, so
It's going to the rats. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So okay, so I moved. Let's go ahead and let me just do some mental calculation here. I think it's gonna make more sense for me to just use the sword first and save the crossbow. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip a sword and battle the goats in clearing 7. Would you like to ambush?
No.
Sad goat
A
noises.
couple of 3s, baby.
Yeah,
Oh.
directly 2 threes.
Wow.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and damage the boot. Let's see.
Oh,
I'll
I just lose.
damage.
I just lose 2.
I don't really want to damage the sword. I'll damage, I guess. Can't really damage the hammer. Damage the torch. So I can always just fix that next turn.
That is so
Right.
sad.
I
Yeah.
guess just damage the crossbow. And we are hostile now.
Sure you don't want to damage the boot? Like what's one boot gonna get you in this
One
economy?
boot actually gets me over here, and I was thinking of aiding you, Warlord.
Oh,
Just 1 boot.
okay then. Yeah, you should keep that boot. Yeah.
Right, that's what I'm thinking.
And Kelton, you get a point for that, right?
I do get a point, yes, because it turns on.
Oh, that's the goat
whoops.
though.
Turns on infamy. Okay, cool. Well, let's see what we can do here. I will flip the second sword and battle again in clearing 7. Would you like to ambush?
No ambush.
Okay. All right.
That'll
So I
do
will
it.
go ahead and take 2 points for that battle. So that brings me up to 13. I took nothing in Revengeance, and then I will go ahead and.
All right, goats
And-
got to do their punitive mechanism.
Oh yeah, sorry. Let me wait on that.
So
Did
when
you
Big
score
Top
for
is
the
removed-
big top?
I did score for the big top. I scored 2 points from that battle because 1 point for Despot Infamy, 1 point for the building.
Right.
When a big top is removed outside of pitch, the player with the most accolades markers given to them removes theirs from the game. You choose on ties. With the most... Oh, do they all go away? It's not half of the accolades, it's all of the accolades?
Yeah,
All
so
the accolades
either
from the
rats
player.
or badgers will get rid of all their accolades.
Hmm.
Who do you want to perform
Thoughts?
to more?
Thoughts?
I'm much easier to perform to, so I would get rid of mine.
No,
Wait,
I would...
does that make
I would wanna
sense?
keep yours.
That doesn't
No,
make
no,
any
I wanna
sense.
keep yours.
I guess my thinking was you could keep giving me more accolades, but that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that would be my intention.
I was just saying what I wanted. I was like, how do I justify this?
I think I am even though the rats only have one thing in their horde right now, I am nervous about them because you're getting hit pretty hard. They caught up in points like crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the accolades away from the rats.
Okay. Sounds good
So
to
these
me.
are just deleted forever.
Yep, I'll just whoop, whoop.
Gone.
And then you
Okay, and then
gotta
I discard.
But I guess
I discard
that
half
if you
my hand.
take the accolades from the rats, you're not punishing them because then you're incentivized to give them more points by building up their accolades more.
But I think points for the rats are less scary than points for the badgers, especially when the
Okay.
scores are tied. Like, yes, rats are like scoring a lot right now with oppression, but between the three of us, the other three players, we can disrupt oppression fairly easily if we all make a
we
concerted effort
focus
for
on
it.
it. Yeah, makes sense.
And lots of single rats are pretty easy for me to deal with, assuming I can get another boot at some point.
Also, do you want another crossbow by any chance?
Yeah, I would probably just avoid crafting
Oh
stuff.
yeah, he goes
Yeah.
before
Okay. I am discarding the anvil and mouse in the sack.
Okay. Well,
Nobody gets the prize.
I'll go ahead and exhaust my boot. I will move down here. Interesting.
Do you aid or do you repair?
Right. Well, I could actually repair the crossbow and then aid because this
Oh,
is
yeah, that's
a
smart.
damaged but unexhausted crossbow.
That's the big
The
brain
main
play.
thing though is I'm gonna have. Oh no, I'll have enough items to refresh next turn because I have to get rid of a boot anyway. Or I get rid of a crossbow. There's a thought.
I mean, yeah, that might be the play in this.
That might be the play because I feel like mobility is going to be kind of useful, and like the crossbow's nice, but like the goats are really the only faction at this table where removing something is like a huge deal to them. So I'm mostly incentivized to just be fighting with swords anyway. So actually, ditching crossbows may be the play. I'll think about that. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. So first, I will repair crossbow, then I will exhaust crossbow. I'll go ahead and aid
Ooh.
rats, and I will take a point. So that brings me up to 14. I will move us to friendship level 1.
Did you aid him to? Oh, friendship level 1. Oh, I see. I'm reading the board upside down. Got it.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it to friendship level 2 with anybody, which makes me a little sad.
It's a lonely world we live
Okay.
in.
I know this is life in the mountains. We're a bit of a brusque lot. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and draw 2.
Kind of the goat's
And then-
homeland, though.
Yeah, and then I'm going to figure out which item I'd like to get rid of. And crossbow is not bad, but I think for all the reasons I outlined, it's not really doing anything, and it's not even a part of any of my quests right now. So I think it's going to be crossbow, just because I don't want to risk. Right, I was like, who crafted a boot? I did. I don't want to risk the other boot getting crafted out from under me, and then I'm stuck with a single boot that doesn't really matter because I'm probably going to end up hostile with everybody. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of the crossbow. It is removed from the game, and that's my turn. Thank you for your patience, everybody.
Okay. So seems like just encamping when you can is kind of the play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll do that then. In 9 and 12. So there's one, there's another. Let's see here. I think I'm gonna want to do this and this. Do I decamp? Probably not. I mean, I guess that kind of takes away a piece of cardboard from the rats, which seems pretty good, honestly.
Well,
Instead of just, what's up?
I mean, it just depends on how many cards you want in your retinue and how many troops you have, because the cards you draw this turn affect your next turn. It's an interesting balancing act for Badgers.
It is. Yeah, I mean, it's like, okay, the trade-off is I get an extra warrior, and you get one less point, but I get one less card next turn. And is that worth it? And the answer is probably no, because you're gonna get points. That's fine. So I think I'll leave it and move on to recruit. What do I need? Do I need to do much recruiting? I guess it's good to get ahead of it a little bit. Or is it? I mean, I just kind of like having stuff in my retinue,
It's important. I mean, you generally want to keep your retinue, or like at least when it gets to the end of your turn, you want to be like filling up your retinue as much as you can.
Yeah, and I mean, given that this is a GOAT showcase, I just want to point out how it's affecting my decision making, which is I'm a lot less reliant on having badgers on the board to like force rulership over certain clearings, because I can just waltz into any clearing with goats and say, hey, that'll work for my delve and recover,
Right.
as long as they don't turn on me. And I suppose for delve I do have to battle, so that's
You do have
something
to
keep in
battle,
mind.
so it
Yeah.
it helps if you're delving in different clearings, but using the goats to help you with like your recovery rule.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But what's cool is I don't have to battle the goats. Like, for example, this Hundreds Warrior, I could just smack him.
It's true.
So. Cool, okay, yeah. And, great. So, hold on. Let me double check. Recruit. Do I have stuff to recruit? I do. I'm going to spend just this one mouse and get 2 guys over here. Just for safety.
Now, Jayor,
Yeah.
we have both been beaten down. Are we steering clear of each other for?
Yes. Yeah, we're steering clear of each other. We're good.
Okay.
We're good. Yep.
Okay.
That said, well, I guess I have movement stuff going on. Man, the rats have a lot of cards. I'm concerned that they have an ambush. Let me just look through the discard real quick.
Oh, I do.
You do?
Yeah.
I
I have a bird ambush.
Oh, man. Can I trust you on that? Because I got one of them. There's only one in the deck.
Yeah, so when I was attacking you and Fox over here, halfway through I realized I didn't actually have to ask you because the fox is in there. You have the other bird and I have the last bird. And I almost said something to that effect, but then I was like, better keep it to myself.
Understandable. Okay, that's fair enough. In that case, I will do another recruit, which is making me a little like, do I really want to? But gotta do what you gotta do. So I will spend this swap meet to recruit.
You don't have a rabbit way station, do you?
Oh, why did I think? For some reason, I thought that 9 was a rabbit. So instead, I will spend saboteurs. Time to start playing a little defensively. Okay, that is my bird song. So I will go into craft. That... Swap meet seems like fine, but I'd rather just like have the card. So I'm not going to craft that. Okay, I will now act with my retinue. Bogart, I am going to end up delving in 9, so I will need to attack your goat warrior, and for that I'm sorry. But
I mean, goats actually probably like that because they'll be able to steal a card from you.
Oh, right. Oh, you know what? I can do...
Can you spare a card?
Well, I can do
One
other
card,
wacky
yeah.
stuff. I'm realizing that I can spread to here. I can just use one of my moves to go over there. In fact, I could send 2. That way I still rule... Oh, I do rule clearing 9 anyway, because of my way station.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, so that'll be move 1. Yeah, I think that'll be all my moves. Man, balancing on a knife's edge here. This is the part I was concerned about with my play. Is like my inexperience with the Badgers like is fine mid to beginning game, but once we get into the late game,
Yeah.
interesting decisions. I'm like, what the hell am I doing? But let's try anyway. Okay, that will be my move, and now I will start delving. Oh man, yeah. That's a dumb play. A little bit. That's okay.
I mean, yeah, I really wouldn't mind you hitting that guy, but
Yeah, I mean, look, if I hit the Hundreds Warrior and they ambush, I mean that sucks because it's going to be really hard for me to do anything. And they absolutely would, right, Theory? You're gonna smack me with the ambush if I hit you there, or do you care? I mean, it's just one guy. I get rid of him. He's not in that show. We're not giving the goats as many points. Honestly, you stand to gain a bit. I'd argue.
Especially if it's a bird ambush, I think Theory's just going to use it to protect the Warlord. But, I mean, the more pressure we put on the rats in battles, the more that ambush will have to get used at some point. But
It's not like you're getting points from this rat, right?
No, that's true. I don't think I'll attack you.
Okay. Okay, I'll take your word for that. I'm going to delve in this clearing. The battle is going to be against this Hundreds Warrior. Do you ambush?
Now I really want to ambush, though. It'd be so fun for the double cross. No, I won't ambush.
Okay. I respect that. Thank you. Alright, well. There's one rat gone, and one tablet gained. Or rather, actually, I think what I'm going to do is take this little acorn relic. I rule all three, right? Because the goats.
Yep.
So, boom. Oh, wow! Alright. I'll take it. Cool. That is Battle and Delve 1. And just to check, the like reusing of a card in the retinue is only for move or recover, right?
Correct.
Okay. Cool. Good to know.
It's only for the recover part of that, yeah.
Right. Cool. Okay, next thing I'm gonna do is delve in 9. So yeah, let's do that. Are you gonna ambush, my friend?
no ambush.
Alright. And here we go. Alright. I lose one keeper.
well, because you got to see if he's
Oh,
going
will-
right, clownish. Yes.
I will invoke. Yeah, I'll lose the goat warrior and invoke clownish combat.
Yeah. Forgot that's a thing. I really should have used that rabbit when I had the chance. There you go.
I don't think there was anywhere for you to use the rabbit.
because you couldn't spend it for warriors and you couldn't craft with it.
Yeah.
And there's no
Oh
more
yeah,
paths.
I didn't have a rabbit way station. Okay. That makes me feel better actually. I'm like, okay.
It's kind of it's the same struggle that the keepers have like against the alliance.
Yeah.
It's like the timing of when you can use cards and when you're gonna lose them during your daylight is very tough.
Right. Cool. So then I will flip this guy. Boom. 2.
Nice, you get to keep the card.
There. Yeah. Awesome. So then I will move to recover, and oh man, it's a 3. That's so annoying.
At least you get to burn the mouse card instead of the bird
Yeah.
card.
I mean, I feel like you definitely should take it because it's
Oh,
a
for
5
sure.
point relic.
Yeah. That's terrifying if, for example, the goats just get that. So I will do that. So I'll get rid of that. By the way, is
Okay.
it rows or columns that? Okay,
Columns.
So +2.
Columns
'cause I
give you the
flipped
2
column.
points. Yeah, so that's a 5-point swing right there.
It's
Forgot
a
about
7-point
those.
swing, because I think we're going to recover that tablet too,
I
right?
will. Yeah. Let me.
Alright.
Or no,
this-
or maybe not. You'd have to get rid of both cards, wouldn't you? Because you don't roll
And-
2 fox.
Do I not? Oh yeah, because the rats burned through everything that I loved and
Yeah, we did.
held dear. So that's cool.
The tough thing is that there's definitely enough actions between the other 3 factions to take out that relic. if you
Oh,
don't recover it.
absolutely. Yeah. No, that's a misplay on my part. I delved too deep into the mines, just as the dwarves did. So, oh well. I will discard my ambush.
Respect.
And
Gotta get those
recover
points
the
where you
relic.
can.
Yep. And that is another 2 points. Doop.
Okay, we've got to slow down these badgers.
They're slowed. Look at my recover.
Oh, don't forget your point you'll be getting at the end of evening, too.
We're gonna get the power point too.
You're right about that. And you are right about that.
You flew too close to the sun, badgers. Time to melt your wings.
Now hold on. I'm like the Corvids. I need a setup turn. So.
The richest Badgers player.
All right. Retinue. Let me see. What am I gonna add? Oh yeah, fucking nothing. These goddamn clowns.
If I had one.
If I had one. Okay, then I will draw 4 and then my. Boom.
Okay, friends, can we coordinate?
Yep.
Okay, so goats do a really good job of enabling badgers. This is true. But if we could get like a stack of goats, maybe like here, and then kill everything else, then they would not be able to leave, and we would delay them.
No! You're gonna do the soft lock on me? You wouldn't.
We gotta.
I mean,
No
when a badger's
way.
sitting in striking distance, you kind of have to. It's the unfortunate, but like only check realistically that you can do.
Yeah,
You wouldn't do that to me.
we gotta do it.
I built this company.
I built this company!
Ooh.
Do you know what I've sacrificed?
Okay.
So yeah, what do you think, goats? Can we do that?
Okay, so I rule here. I absolutely need to talent scout. All my guys are on the sidelines, basically.
Bogart, if I may just make one proposal before I'm soft locked out of the game.
You may.
I've been very kind to you this whole game. We've worked together. And you know the saying, you can't police from behind. You are in last place.
What?
So
Goats are not in last place. Goats are doing very well. Like, look at the
Exactly,
three of
in
us
last
in that clump. This is fun. Yes, keep
by the law of
talking.
root, you're
It's
all in
hilarious.
last place, so you shouldn't police me.
Well. What a predicament, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I can explain the soft lock.
So yeah, what we need to do is get a bunch of goats here. You can move all 3 of these over here. That would like help stop him. And then we just need to kill all the other badgers on the board. Besides the one. That way he doesn't get to spawn anywhere. He wants to with his comeback mechanism. Yeah, it's bad to board wipe the badgers completely, and so we've got to do the next best thing, which is just leave one clearing of them.
And explain why he can't recruit at that way station.
No, he could. He could recruit, but this makes
I
it
just can't go
harder.
anywhere.
Oh, this is why it's a soft lock,
Right.
not a hard lock.
We don't have snares, and we don't have no, it's just the snare. So we can't do like a true like badgers, are literally out of the game, but forcing the badgers to spend cards and battles to get out of their single clearing.
Ooh. Okay, I have a better idea, actually.
All right.
I have a better idea. Goats, if you could get warriors here, and if you could draw a single badger into here, then I could build here, and then the badgers would not be able to recruit. And it would be a stronger...
And that would be a true soft lock then. If we kill all
We'd
the
have
other
to
badgers.
kill all the other badgers. So yeah.
You truly have no honor.
Hell no.
It's a mean game.
Not on Murder Mountain. Never.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's the proposition. I don't know if you have the cards to do it, but if you don't, it might be...
and I see, because he would, if he was here, and you built something there, then literally he couldn't encamp.
Build, yeah.
Right.
So then JR would just have to use his one daylight bird to like battle and hope that the badger dies in retaliation.
Yeah.
And lose the card anyway.
It's
Okay.
basically I lose every turn I don't kill all of my units, which is a very bad place to be
Yep.
game-wise.
It's the only thing we can do against him.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Can we actually do this? First of all, Kelton, do you have a if I clowners combat you, do you have anything that you're willing to part with? I'm trying to think of I need to get some goats on the board, and I want to spend my cards.
I'm not
but
really married to either of the cards in my hand, so I mean, if you
Okay.
want something, I guess I'll give it to you.
Okay, I don't
Yeah,
even know what I
I'm-
want yet. I'm just trying to figure this out.
Yeah, and then obviously, when it comes down to what we're gonna do in terms of badger policing, some coordination would be helpful because my action margins are a little thin, given that I'm hostile with you, and I can either get my torch back or my boot to have two boots, but I can't do both. Though I do have my slip, though again, like to grab that satchel, but that just might, not be in the cards for the next turn because if the badgers do need to be addressed.
Yeah, I already used my Relentless, and so, like, my ability to police is not great because I'm going to have to use one command to build, and then I'll have two
Yeah.
battles to hopefully clear out two of the three clearings that need to be cleared out. If goats pitch here and draw the badger out of 10, then we have 3 badger clearings we need to destroy. Which, yeah. So, Harrier, you'd need to take care of one of these 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so I'm, my next turn is probably just going to be repair torch, fly somewhere, and then hope my 2 swords are enough.
Yeah. We're all going to need
But
good
we're all
rolls.
working on kind of thin margins in terms of action economy and like battle potential.
I don't know if we're going to be able to totally lock him on this turn, but we can definitely stifle him drastically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm gonna start doing some things.
Cool.
I'm gonna discard a swap meet and a mouse partisans to put 4 warriors on the board. 2 in bunny, 2 in mouse, and it's gonna be 6. We can't even do that quite yet. I don't think we're gonna get to that point where we get this guy here and we knock everything else off the board. It's not gonna happen.
I mean, it's
next turn.
possible for sure.
I
I think
mean,
it's gonna take 2 turns.
Warlord can fight here and here, and assuming the battle goes well, because they have access to Wrathful. So.
all you
We'll
have
go
to
here and
do
here.
is pitch here, right, goats? Like, is
Yeah.
it not is that not something you can do?
No, I can do that. What I really want to do is I'll keep it real. I want to just get a goat in here somehow to here's what I want to accomplish on my turn. I want to get a goat in here so I can get a tower point. I want to have my tent end in bunny because I got swap meat and I like to craft swap meat. And I'd like to then help it with the badgers anyway. I can.
Okay, so like the one tower point might not be worth, like if it's gonna make this whole plan fall apart, I just want to
I don't
suggest
think
that
it will.
one tower point might not be worth
Well, you
letting
can still
badgers
craft
have
Swami
another
if you
turn.
put a tent here, though, right?
That's
Those
true.
are-
Yeah.
And also,
No, I know.
if-
But no, are you guys seriously think you can get this all eliminated on
I'm
this turn?
think
I'm gonna
between-
go I'm gonna go Wrathful. That's the
yeah,
best shot I
between
have.
Wrathful and me, we can do it, I think.
All right.
We'll give
I
it the
am,
good old college
foregoing-
try.
Yeah,
I'm
'cause you
foregoing
also
that one.
have, like, you only need to pitch once to contribute, like, moving the badger, but you also have other actions you could use to fight some of the badgers. Like, this is definitely, like, realistic.
By the way, for performing, do I have to perform to a warrior or can it be any piece?
It can be any piece.
Okay. Okay. I might regret this, but I'm letting you guys convince me to forego that tower point. So here we go.
That pile of wood from the Marcusate, they loved it. They loved the performance.
I will say I do think we're doing more of the policing than you, even though I do think you're doing an important part.
Yeah, 'cause-
So I don't think this is a
Yeah.
bad
No, I know
deal
you
by
are, but
any
that's-
means.
But that's your policing is also in line with your scoring
Not with those
Sure.
goats being in 3 anymore. Like that definitely makes it less
And even here
appealing.
in 6.
Yeah, like
No,
my
I
oppression's going out the window right now.
And I'm already disrupting 5 as well. Like, I can't remove this even if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Until it's
Okay.
my turn.
Okay, I am going to get
We're all just keeping it real.
3 actions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I'm gonna get 3 actions. So I round down. Let's see. 1, 2.
This is fun. I like seeing us all come together to destroy Jayor, our real enemy.
We're truly the Avengers. I'm sorry, Jayor.
It had to be done. I'm playing the badge.
I'll ask leader to patch in more punitive mechanisms for the keepers.
Yeah.
All right, for my 3 actions, I'm gonna pitch in 6.
Oh, move the one from 10, please.
The one from 10, right?
Yes. Okay, thank you. One less clearing to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And then I'm going to.
The badgers need some kind of like cyanide pill mechanism.
I mean, they have it. It's just, battling.
Yeah.
I think it's fascinating how Badger meta has developed. Like, I'm a fan. I like it.
I'm going to. Jayor, I'm going to battle you in 3. Would you like to ambush?
So the rats. How many actions do the rats have?
I only have 2, so like,
You have 2.
yeah, I'm gonna use it 1 command to build to block you in 6, and then I've got 2 battles to hopefully take out 3 and 9.
Right. This might be the wrong time to use this,
I think
but
it
I
is.
will.
Crap.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. I'm taking it out.
I mean, okay, so.
Yeah.
And so now there's no battle, so now there's no.
So now there's no clownish combat. That's right.
No roll.
Cool. Okay. And now I am definitely moving down from 6 to 10. That's my 3rd action then.
Yeah.
To get that
Okay.
point.
No, I think that was right. We'll see.
I mean, I think goats are in a
Disastrous.
good position, so I think that was, yeah.
Well, I am not going to craft swap meet. I'm going to do a measly Thursday night performance. And I'm in my evening officially. Yeah. So I'm in my evening. This is actions marker moves down to 0. In my evening, I'm going to perform, spending the 1 card, swap meet, because I'm performing in 6. That is for 1 point. And I get 2 points, or do you have 3? You have 2 accolades, so I'm going to move 1, 2 points. I'm going to adjust the. By the way, the rats are down to 0 for accolades. I'm going to adjust the critics corner to jeers, rightfully so. And on praise, I'm going to give the rats 1 accolades marker.
Yeah, I do think it was the right move to make Badgers get rid of theirs, seeing how this game has progressed. Did you give me a point?
I did not give you the point.
Okay.
No.
I have
There
a
you go.
point. Cool.
And I will now draw 2 cards, and that is the end of my turn.
Okay. Got my 2 warriors at my warlord, 1 warrior at my 1 stronghold. Choose a different mood. We are feeling wrathful, but I have to use my whole turn policing badgers.
You don't have to, right?
Oh, but I must. Okay, we are going to build a stronghold here, because goats rule, so I'm using their rule. Fun. Cool. Now I've got 2 advances to do. I think we're going to go here and battle. Do you ambush me? I don't think you can, because I have the bird, so...
Yeah.
Okay.
Cannot.
Ah, that was so close to whiffing. Okay, great. That's a point for Mr. Rat. And then we battle you here, and you wouldn't have the mouse one either because you just used the mouse one, so I'm gonna roll it.
All right.
Okay. That's another point. Alright, I press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
looks like
clearings
by the
for 3.
Oh,
1,
I'm
2,
I'm so
3.
sorry. I get that tower point.
Oh,
Tower
yes,
point.
yes, you do.
17.
It's
We are racing down this score track.
Thuy, are you gonna charm offensive anyone?
probably not. Like, I've got a
Oh, you
full
see?
hand, and I
What are
just...
you doing with all those cards?
Nothing. I've been too busy policing. Okay, that's that. I will draw a card and pass the turn.
Kelton, I know there has been talk of soft locking the Badgers out.
Yeah.
Let me suggest this. I'm already down a turn because my recover column is kaput. There's nothing in it. It's going to take me time to recover anyway, especially after all the policing that has happened on this turn already. You could take me out of the game, absolutely, but is it in your best interest to police somebody who's already been policed so hard?
Will you mock the contributions of your fallen brethren?
Yeah, I mean, it would this far in, it would be a little. My decisions have kind of been made for me if I don't want to be staring down the business end of a sword and also a, I don't know, like a baton.
I don't think they have time to focus on you. You're at 14 victory points. They're all racing to the end.
They are all racing to the end. But here's actually then the real question is not rather should I police you or not. The real question is, Goats, do you think we can get there if I coalition with you? Oh, of course, Bogart's on mute during this. Okay.
He also hates coalition.
Sorry,
No.
I put myself on mute for a moment. No,
That's okay.
I heard you, and I'll repeat what I said. Oh my goodness, man, like I said, I fell out of love with the coalition, and I was really hoping to come into this game with the first victory of the goats in this showcase, but maybe it has to be insurgents v militants, maybe.
Yeah, just because.
So the question is, can I get there? Like, can we get there? But with my point tracker. Oof.
Because I feel like I think you can get there. Though, that said, of course, I don't know if that big top is surviving... Well, you actually go before rats, and I don't think badgers are really going to take it out. Though they might.
Badgers can't. They literally have one battle.
Oh, right,
they
because
can
we're
draw
soft
it.
launching them.
I'm also kind of already soft locked in 12, right? So.
Kelton,
No, but you could just
is-
recruit more here and just move. Like that. This way station being here is the
Even
big
if I
liability.
did, I wouldn't be able to move because staggering presence.
Kelton, this is that moment in the show where the character is about to get his big break.
Mhm.
And I'm going to say, I won't let you down. So, Kelton,
Ooh.
I won't let
Ooh.
you
You
down.
really, I felt the artist in my soul like unlock. The world cracked open, as famous dramaturg Jeff Prohl would say.
Did the Harrier just join the circus?
I mean, I do have a penchant for acrobatics, so
Yeah, you got a new
this
acrobat.
this is kind of the play because it's gonna
This is
be
incredible.
really tough for me to try and like fight quest and aid my way to victory, especially given just how fast the rats can go with this empty board and how fast you potentially can keep going, Bogart, especially if you keep getting fuel and a little bit of assistance from one wily flying squirrel.
Will you
So I
two
think
together be able to stop the Badgers, though? Like, this is gonna throw some things a little bit out of whack.
That's
Um,
true.
it's like, I'm gonna have to choose between policing Badgers and policing you two, and I think it's a fun idea, and I think you should go for it. But
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna go for it just because I don't, I don't have the full faith and confidence that I can get past where I'm at.
it's
with,
true, and
just-
coalitions are non-consensual, so
with just
for
us
your
being-
game,
It's true. It's true. There's
it's-
nothing. The only thing stopping me is me. So, yes. Sorry.
Sounds like both are self-worth.
I think
Yeah,
I heard
sorry,
Jay-Z
mom
say
and
that
pop,
once.
but well, first let me do my bird song because I can't even do coalitions until daylight. So
Yeah.
we're gonna refresh.
Birdsong is
1,
for
2,
Clown College.
3, 4, 5 items. So we'll leave that damaged boot exhausted, and then sorry, mom and pop, I'm gonna go join the circus. Let's go ahead and spend. Is it this right? It goes to discard
Yeah.
when I spend it, right?
well,
okay.
it goes to the dominant spot, yeah.
Yeah. So I will go ahead and throw in my lot with the Cirque de Goat, so I can no longer win through points. I'll go ahead and just give my victory tracker over here to you, so you know.
I will say it
we're
still might be
present.
in the goat's
taking,
best interest to attack the Badgers.
Yeah, of course. No, we still want to lock out the Badgers.
Do you though?
I mean, we do. Because
You
here's-
took the fox down?
no, I spent the mouse dom that was in my hand.
Oh, I see. You spent it, so it doesn't go. Do you keep it in your hand, or do you keep it somewhere
No,
else?
you don't. Keep
Right, you don't.
it. You don't keep dominance cards.
I'm not.
Or do you?
When you activate a
theoretically,
dominance
someone
card,
could
it does
play
go out of circulation.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Let me.
So then I guess I
just out
I
the
just
game,
keep
right?
this in front of me now. Okay.
I'm like not 100% sure what happens when you do a coalition. What happens to the card? I'll just
'Cause I thought you
double
were
check
doing
that.
I've got
Victory
Derek
tracker
on speed
on it.
dial, so. But anyway. So no,
I'm
I'll
just
keep
opening
it
my
because-
law of root. So
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how this works. But yeah, I'll let Huey check on that, and while that happens, I'm gonna go ahead and bring about destruction. So, because here's the thing, Jor. Aside from the fact that the rest of the table has put in, their fair share of the Badger policing, so it would be prudent of me to do the same. I do also have to recognize that with you, as potentially close to the end in terms of points, as you are, stopping the rats is not really you're not really that incentivized to do it because at this point you're just trying to recover what you can and just
playing my game. I understand. Yeah, do what you gotta do.
okay,
Nice.
so my interpretation of what's happening is when you activate a dominance card, it goes in your play area. It's just, around your crafted improvements, whatever. So it's
Great.
not in play anymore. It's not in your hand. It can't be taken by other people. So
Excellent. All right. Well, I will go ahead and repair the torch with my hammer, and then I will use the torch to activate my glide ability. I'll go all the way over here.
what a stunning trapeze routine.
Exactly. Yeah,
Learned so much already.
I think with this new member who's joined, I think this might be the big turn in the movie. I'm like I hesitate to say I'm the Zendaya of The Greatest Showman. All right. That's enough
Wow.
of that tomfoolery. So I will go ahead and exhaust my first sword to battle the Keepers in Iron. Would you like to ambush Keepers?
I would not.
Okay. Alright, I'll take it. So, so I do score 1 point, right? Because first
Yeah.
warrior triggers infamy, second one despot infamy. Oh,
Yep.
but I don't have points. I don't care.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you don't score points.
Everything is fantastic. Okay. But we are hostile now.
We are.
Oh, the goats
Let's
are
see it.
indifferent now. Yes.
Yeah, goats. We're back to indifferent because we settled our differences. We met around the negotiating table. Okay.
Great.
Second sword is going to be exhausted to fight again, and I'm assuming no ambush.
No ambush.
Okay. All comes down to this.
Ah.
Yikes. You hate to see it. Oh, also I got to damage an item from the first fight, and I got to damage an item from this fight. My bad, everybody.
Is there hope?
I guess we'll damage a boot, and I really want to keep these coins up because I want to be giving cards. So I
Yeah,
guess we'll
and any
just
cards
damage.
Any cards you can throw my way this turn or not?
No, sadly, because I literally can't. I can't move, and the one card in my hand doesn't match.
Understood.
So, I guess that was kind of misplay on me. I should have realized, like, swap with one of these other dominances, and then, like, keep the mouse card, give you the mouse card. So, this might actually end up being disastrous. Oopsie. The rope broke during my amazing act, and now we're in the like third act, solemn period where your star performer's been gravely injured, and you don't know if he's gonna pull through. Okay, well, I think that's gonna be it then, because pretty much all my items are exhausted. So we're just gonna move into evening. I will draw 2 cards, and I will pass it along.
All right. Would love to encamp up here, but there is a stronghold in the way.
Dang it.
Dang it! How
I'm
did this
so
happen?
sorry. I didn't see you there.
Okay, so then I will move on to recruit. And believe me, I will be recruiting.
You could decamp.
I cannot because
No, you could decamp the one in 12, but then of course you wouldn't really be able to go anywhere, so not useful.
I'm just giving
Right.
you bad advice.
No, thank you for that. No, I will keep my encampment because then I can recruit 4 to that clearing, which is
Nice.
not awesome all things considered, but best thing I got. Okay. I mean, the problem is I still can't even get out of there.
Honestly, if I were you, I'd probably just try to wipe myself off the board and build up my retinue. Because, like,
You think so?
yeah. I'm just giving you honest advice right now. Because,
No,
like,
that's helpful. Yeah, I don't play this this faction a lot. So you're saying
you're not
I
gonna
keep
be
those
able.
cards.
You're not gonna be able to wipe yourself off the board, but like,
Uh,
I don't know.
I mean, if you let me take back that recruitment,
Of
there's nothing
course,
random
of
happening.
course.
Okay, then I could keep that way station there, let it get wiped out on the goat's
And then
turn.
use your battle action to try and get rid of this keeper warrior so you don't get locked.
Right.
Well, you'll wanna decamp this way station anyway,
Right.
because
to
yeah,
get rid of the available
the
coin, at
points.
least.
Yeah.
Because you can always encamp it later.
I will admit I don't know if this is the best strategy, but I think that's probably what I would try to do personally.
No, that's I think you are right. I think I'm gonna want these cards to have actions later if a later is to come. But I am kind of allowing myself to get. So, I mean, I pretty much am soft locked, right? So.
I think that's a good line, Huey. Because
Yeah.
I think between staggering presence, like your choices are, like use your cards for recruiting, and then use your battles this turn to try and whittle down the goats so you can get out next
Totally.
turn, or just like Huey's saying, like stockpile the retinue, so that way if you can get out next turn, you're suddenly in a much better position to do things.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Cool. Then I will skip over my recruitment, go into birdsong, crafting.
So wait. Let's get this birdsong thing right though. Are you
Sure.
decamping here?
Decamping. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I will be doing that.
And so you have one warrior in 12 and one warrior in 6 right now. Then.
Yeah. Yeah. So I get rid of these. Now it does make me draw one less card, but I feel like that's the least of my concerns right now. Okay. Crafting time. Pass. And now I act with retinue. No movement can be done, but I can attempt one battle. And I will attempt to battle
You gonna
Dewey,
you
like-
gonna attack the two factions that are teamed up on the same team, or the one rat guy that gave you good advice?
When you put it like that. Well, I'm just trying to figure out what's best for my game, right? And the goats tend to be useful. And if I take out this goat warrior, that just gives
Oh,
me
you know
more-
what? The goat's gonna steal a card from you if you attack him. You should attack me. Yeah.
Oh, that's a great point. He can clownish me. Yeah. Cool. I will be attacking you, Dewey.
Yeah, come at me. I'm not gonna ambush you because I know you'd like it too much.
I would love that. honestly.
The power.
You wouldn't.
Oh.
All right. It's the way the dice go sometimes. And then I have a fox, but I cannot. So I will move on to live off the land. Well, he's living good right now, I'd say. Retinue time.
Probably want to shove a bunch in battle so that you can
Yeah.
ensure a wipe.
Yeah, you're not wrong, I guess. Yeah, and I don't have. Yeah, okay. So it's gonna have to go there. Then check this.
When the keepers shift from European badger to American badger.
Lots of mice down here. Yeah, I suppose I'll just do this. All right, and then I will draw one card. Oh man! All right, pass.
Sad badger noises. Makes sense.
It's a brutal game.
Curtain.
This has been a very brutal and very interesting game.
The curtain slowly rises.
On the third
The
day.
audience is on the edge of their seats, wondering how these goats are going to pull off this show. Will they stick the landing, or will they eat shit?
Well said. Well put.
That was beautiful.
Truly an Oscar-worthy performance.
So, Dewey still has that ambush, right? He hasn't
Sure
got rid of it?
do.
Correct.
All
Or
right.
did I? Maybe I did get rid of it.
I don't think so because I don't see
No.
an ambush in here.
Maybe I've been
Because
lying
this
the
one
whole
hasn't been
time.
reshuffled.
That'd be such a good
Oh
lie.
no! Wait, there is all of the ambushes are visible right now.
All of them.
All of them. Oh wait.
Hold the gun.
Oh no, that was the one from JR's retinue.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
right. Huey's still holding on to it.
Okay.
It's a good lie. It's a good lie of mine.
Could be a lie. It's true.
Okay. Well, I got
mean, I don't-
a.
I don't
I
think
gotta-
we have to worry about the ambush that much, right? You can kind of play around it.
Yeah. Okay, rats have an accolade. Can I give the vagabond an accolade?
Yeah?
Okay. So I'm incentivized. I could bring him over to performances.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen a coalition between Vagabond and Cirque de Goat, but you can pitch and move the Harrier where the Harrier wants to go.
Just cart around my full cast body.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, I have a bird card and a fox card in hand. I would like to I'd like to recruit at least once. I'm thinking it would be easy to do the performance down here.
That makes sense.
If I recruit once,
You think in recruit in 9 and then move down to 12 or something?
yeah, do I have to worry about the warlord coming in and wrecking shop?
Oh
Yes, sir.
yeah, I mean absolutely. I can't police the Badgers right now, and you and the Harrier are connected, and it's easier to police him through hitting you. So, yeah.
Bogart, I'm gonna do what
Now,
I can
hold
to
on.
just give you cards for days. Like I know the turn order is kind of makes that a little hard, but
Yeah. Well, now let's let's look at this for a second. This Badger gets wiped off the board in 12. This Stronghold stays in place. In fact, maybe I pitch here and bring in a rat or two. Why is the soft lock no longer in effect? It is, right?
No, it
it
is.
is.
Like, as long as that stronghold stays there, the Badger has a soft lock.
Yeah. Yeah. It is a free point though, right? Points are good, generally.
1 point for you or 8 for the Badgers. It's your call. Whatever you want.
Okay. I think I'm going to. Man, that ambush is gunking up the plan here.
It's the time for bold plays, goats. If you want to
Yeah, I
reach the
suppose
top, you have to step on others to get there.
And JR has no reason to tell me what that one card is that he has.
I'll tell you if you get rid of that stronghold.
Not worth it. Okay. All right. All right. This is an ensemble number, so I'm bringing out all the goats that I can. I'm going to recruit. I'm going to talent scout twice. Oops. Okay, one for bird and one for fox. For bird. Yeah, I don't see why I wouldn't want to. Why? I think 9's a perfectly fine place to talent scout. And I'm gonna want to protect whatever I retrieve. Or wherever I perform, because I do want to perform. Now, I have to hope that this card that he gives me is I have to hope it's a mouse or a bird card so I can perform.
How many actions you got? You got 4 actions.
I'm going to have 4. I guess I could finagle a way to perform somewhere else. If,
I would love to keep this card, Bogart. I don't know if that factors into anything. You got plenty of other people in front. I guess only one other person, but
I really want that
I'm
card.
off the score track, sadly.
yeah. Up to you, ultimately.
You really want that card.
I really want that. I really want any card. I'm not saying that it'll be useful to you. I'm just saying that I need a card to do things, you know?
I need a card to do things. We all need cards to do things, and I know rats have all the cards right now, but they also have an ambush. I mean, I guess I could sacrifice someone to eat the ambush. Maybe that's
No,
maybe
it
that's
makes
what I
sense.
do.
They get to pick what they give you, so they're not going to give you a performance card. Tell you what, I mean, listen, you can have my card, and I'll tell you outright, because I think you're just going to take it anyway. This is a card you can use to perform.
Okay.
In
Now I really
yeah, no shit, you want it. I don't really have anything to like hold against you. I don't know. All I'm saying is take this card, but let me play the goddamn game, man. You can have it. You can perform.
Okay.
unless I'm lying.
I like your moxie.
What's going on?
Okay, so if I go here instead. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2. Alright, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. This is part of what I was thinking of in terms of strategy and playing this game, and I want to try it at least once. So I'm going to recruit. I recruited in 9 and 3. My first action is to pitch in 12, bringing a Hundreds Warrior down.
I don't like where this is going.
Second action is to pitch in 9,
No.
Hundreds Warrior down.
So wait, that's 2 of your actions?
This is 2 of my actions. Third action is coming up to 3. Oh, and I can rely on the Harrier to take out this guy to hold the soft lock.
The Badger, yeah.
Wow, I'm doing this, but I won't be able to perform this turn. Is that bad?
That doesn't sound very smart.
Yeah, I mean, we need to be performing every turn to keep up, because the rats are going to have the run of the board, which is pretty difficult to stop. Especially since, you know, and this is kind of a big deal, though they did discard one of the coins cards on their last turn to build, but they have double rabbit, so they can just craft coins for points.
Okay. So if I...
How many actions do you have, Bogart?
God. I have 1 left.
Well, you can just roll it all back, and that's fine. Like, you haven't done anything that you can't roll back.
How certain are we that Dewey has the bird ambush? Pretty certain, right? Yeah.
I think it's like, I mean, even if there's 2 cards left.
There's
in
2
the
cards,
deck, it's
yeah.
gotta be there. It's gotta be there.
Okay. Okay. Oh my goodness. Look, if I do this to him, though, if I take out this warlord, which I can, then
I mean, what are you getting out of it? Like, it's not
a
any...
third coalition member, a new member in the circus.
you will be you're gonna be stifled for a turn.
Yeah.
The
rats are the threat right now. Like, let's be real. You could push everything to steal more cards from me and keep me more soft lock, but that's win more, right? The rats are your threat.
I know the Harrier. Like, I'm basically foregoing a turn of scoring any points except for the tower here. So
But
I'm
here's
going
the thing.
to.
I think we need to keep up with performing, because the rats are already incentivized to take out your big top because it's cardboard. But the good news is like losing cards on the warlord's turn is not that bad, because I can just give you cards on my turn. So, like, I understand that taking out the warlord is a big deal. But if we can't also advance your victory condition with points, I don't think we're going to beat the just like general oppression that the warlord can do pretty easily right now.
Goats, I'll sweeten the deal, too. If you use your last action to clownish combat me, I will give you a card you can perform with anywhere. I'll give you a bird card.
What is happening? What?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Hang on, I gotta switch.
I don't know, I'm probably saying really stupid stuff
just
right
to, like,
now.
keep your warlord, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that deal. Can I say that? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, your players are always allowed to talk during route.
So that is an interesting proposition there, Thuy. And tells me that you really want to keep your warlord.
That is what it tells you, isn't it?
I mean, if we take that out, you're going to recruit here because you got the stronghold. You could easily move one in. You're not going to get much on, or you'll get 1, 2, 3.
It's pretty easy for them to get 5 or even 6 clearings on their turn and like not have to fight anybody, with or without the warlord.
I mean, are you sure about that? They have only 1 command action.
They have okay. So let's assume you wipe out the warlord. So
Yeah.
on their turn, they recruited their strongholds. They don't do the track, the prowess recruiting. Okay, so then they have 3 actions. They could go 1, 2, 3, and then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clearings.
Why do they have 3 actions?
Because they have 1 command and then 2 prowess. So they move the warlord once and then move the warlord 2 more times and like leave rats along the way.
Yeah. Okay.
So even if you take out the warlord, it doesn't really stop their scoring. And especially since we've been through the deck practically, rats are definitely shading points between the ability to craft coins and the ability to potentially craft coffin makers, which puts us under an even bigger crunch. So I do think you need to perform, and I don't think it's worth risking hoping somebody gives you a card to make that happen.
That coins craft is very threatening. That's 3 points plus potentially 4 from
Because
oppression.
Bake Sale's in here, but Protection Racket is not. Though I feel like I saw a Protection Racket this game, so maybe I aided it to somebody. I'm thinking I might have actually aided Protection Racket to the rats. I'm not gonna lie.
That's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. Well, this was before I was realizing what my overall game plan was going to be. So we definitely need to perform. Because again, I think the downside of you losing cards and accolades is slightly lessened by the fact that I can give you cards the turn after the warlord makes that happen.
I think
many
this
cards do you
Harrier
get?
has an ulterior motive. I don't think it can be trusted.
You know,
How many cards do you
He's trying to be the ringleader.
Yeah, he's trying to take over.
I
Jordan,
have
how many
my
cards can you give
eyes
me
on that
on your turn?
big ringmaster's hat. How many cards can I give you?
Yeah, you have
It's
3. Can you give me all
it
3?
kind of depends on if hostile people move places. Because I am hostile only with the Badgers right now. So actually, I can probably give you 3 cards on my next turn. I think it might be a little tight because I do have to still police Badgers.
Okay.
But yeah. So actually, I can probably only give you 1 to 2 cards next turn.
The police badge, you just have to hit them here.
I have
Right.
to hit them, but of course I need to exhaust items to aid, and I need to exhaust items to move.
Yeah.
And a lot of my stuff is broken, and I only have 1 hammer.
All right. This is and here's the thing. I actually have no power over the protection racket. I can't hit this because he has the ambush. So, I mean, all right. I'm
I
gonna.
mean,
you-
we have to. I think we just have to let the protection racket rip, and
Yeah.
that sucks because it makes the margins even tighter. But the good news is we are kind of gumming up the board, and it sucks because locking out the Badgers inhibits that somewhat. But it's also like I don't really know what else we can do.
That's okay. All right. You put your trust in me. Here's what I'm gonna do. I would like to battle the warlord. Would you like to ambush?
Is this your last action?
This is my last action. Yes.
Do you trust I'm going to keep my word and let you perform?
I do trust that. Yes.
Oh, the guilt. All right, no ambush. Go ahead.
Well, okay, no, I don't want to feel bad. I'm not saying I'm taking that card.
How many cards you got in your hand? Zero?
Zero.
One?
I have 0. Yeah,
Okay, yeah, roll it.
because I would only get. Yeah. Hey, I'm attacking, and okay, I'm attacking. Let's try that again. I'm sorry. I'm attacking, and no promises on what will happen after the attack.
Okay, go ahead, roll it.
Okay, no ambush still.
Yeah, no ambush.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Okay.
What would you like to do? Kill the warlord, or potentially get a card to perform with?
I'm gonna kill the warlord.
Ah. I should have kept my mouth shut. I just couldn't help it.
Okay, let's go through the rest of this thing. Perform. I am not going to perform. I'm going to adjust the critics corner to jeers. They don't know what performance they're missing here.
Yeah, killing the warlord. That would have been a show. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Right. This was the show in the Colosseum. Praise. There will be no praise. Apparently, they were big fans of the warlord, so no praise. And I will draw 2 cards. The remaining 2 cards in the deck.
All right. And then we reshuffle because root works differently than every other card game.
And every other, it blew my mind. Like I learned that like a few months ago this year that it reshuffles as soon as it's empty.
It makes actually so much sense to shuffle it while it's empty instead of waiting for you, waiting until you
Waiting
have
for
to have
someone to
another
draw,
card. Yeah. So I like the change. Okay, cool. So I
Robert,
get.
did you score your tower point?
No, thank you. See, this is why we coalitioned.
Clearly.
Okay,
On the bookkeeper.
so I get a warrior at each of my strongholds, but then I must anoint a new warlord. Stefan is now the warlord.
Let's go, Stefan.
We love Stefan.
Yeah, the last one was George, and George did great, but Stefan is where it's at. Okay.
George moment.
So we are no longer wrathful. I think we are stubborn because that was scary. Or are we stubborn? Maybe we're feeling relentless. Are we feeling relentless? That could be fun. Ah, this is a dangerous move. Let's see. Could really pay off though.
You know you want to. Craft it.
Nah, we'll go stubborn. We'll be safe. Okay, so I'm crafting something. Big surprise. It's Coffin Makers. Wow!
Ooh.
I've had it in my hand since the beginning of the game.
Oh, boy.
Okay. There we go. It's been done. Okay. Gotta do some command
those in the red.
shenanigans.
Nope. Fortunately.
Think we gotta use our tunnels. Forgot I had those, didn't you? So that was the command. Then we're gonna go prowess. Attackity-tack. Do you ambush?
No ambush.
Okay. Would you like to steal a card? Because you might as well.
Yes, because it's
Okay.
free. Yes.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I
I
will-
will.
I saw the
I get
chaos
to
evil do this.
choose actually. So
Oh, you do. Sorry.
yeah. Here, have this card.
Okay. The saboteurs. Cool.
Why did I give you that? Oh, that's probably a bad idea. It's because the other cards in my hand are awesome. Okay. So that was just one of my 2 prowesses. The second one will be to remove your big top.
Okay. No ambush.
Okay.
Okay. So I now. The Badgers will lose all of their accolades,
Yep.
deleted forever. And then I lose. Where did this guy go? Big top goes here. And then I just discard half my hand rounded down.
Yes.
Cool.
All right.
Okay. I will discard. So I only discard 1 card.
Yeah.
Okay. Discarding. Prop hero.
Alrighty. I'm gonna get 3 points for oppression. I will This is probably a dumb move, but maybe it's not. No, it's definitely the smartest move in the world. I will insight.
Uh,
I know, mind blown. Cool. We're gonna just draw a card and I'm gonna charm offensive the Harrier as well.
yep.
Okay, pass the
Yep,
turn.
good.
Oh, I didn't realize you could do that. That's
Yep.
awesome.
You just pick a player, and then you give them a point, but they can't score. So
Right.
you do as much of it as you can.
That is cool.
It is very interesting. Okay. Well, we're gonna go ahead and refresh some items here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So not much to think about there. What there is to think about though is slipping, because where. Ooh, this is not good. Okay, goats. I think I'm only gonna be able to give you one card this turn.
Okay. What
I-
suit can you give me? What are your options?
I can only give you rabbit.
Okay.
I could try and do some I could try and quest in the mouse clearing I'm in to draw 2 and try to get you something better.
I think
But
giving
that
me
also
the...
means I'm leaving the badger there.
If you're able to craft something, you could actually give the goats a card that way.
That's
Because
true.
I'm
That's
Urine
also true.
Broker.
But I don't have. Well,
Got a boot or something?
I could craft a boot. Yeah, I mean it would basically take my whole turn. I could still police the badger and craft a boot. And then actually I could then aid you a rabbit card, so I could give you a card from the deck and then aid you,
So,
I think.
I actually think the cards that you will give me are less important than I don't even give me a card. What can you do if you didn't give me a card? What could you do? Could you chew into the Warlord on 9? Could you
I'm a stubborn warlord, and that's a
It's a
two-sword
stubborn
Harrier.
warlord, so that's really hard, and also we're feeding the coffin then. Like, they just discarded Protection Racket, which I think is pretty helpful for us, though maybe there's like a third coins card that I'm blanking on. And the deck,
Kelvin,
yeah.
so I think this is information that might be useful to all of us. I have saboteurs in my hand right now. If you don't police my Keeper Warrior in 12 and let me encamp, I'll be able to craft it and then use it on Coffin Makers on my next turn.
Pretty tempting.
You're giving me a little bit of breathing room, but look at the board again, right? I'm not
I
in first
know.
anymore, and I'm
Yeah,
still pretty
think-
behind.
I think rats kind of have this on lock unless a big upset happens.
I'm perfectly willing to start policing. Look at my retinue. I have plenty of battles.
Yeah. So Bogart, I think we just go full. I craft, something so you can draw with Marine Broker, and then I just aid you a card here because I can't really do anything else.
I'm thinking.
Yeah. My other option is I expel Bandit's Quest to draw 2 from the deck. And I can't. Oh no, I'm sorry. I can't actually craft this turn because I need my hammer to fix my sword or even my boot to get somewhere to craft.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, that's okay. What? I mean, okay, Badgers. In terms of policing, what are you thinking? Or how are you gonna police?
I'm thinking that I'm going to recruit as much as I can on this next turn. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to do anything on this upcoming turn, but I can do some setup.
I've muted
And then when
myself.
my next turn comes around, I get rid of Coffin Makers, and I start smacking 100 warriors that I come across. As, of course, I search
It's a
for
desperate
relics, 'cause
ploy.
I still have my own game plan. But I can at least do something.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're gonna need an ally if you're gonna hope to clutch this out. And obviously that has a risk of me also trying to race to the end, but I'm still playing catch up here.
Just because I'm not like in a super like winny mood, I guess. I'll just point out that the Badgers do have a good argument. They've got a Fox card in Recover, meaning they cannot win this turn anyway.
Mhm.
And so, very low risk letting them out. Yeah. I just don't feel like winning today, so I thought I'd tell you that.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I mean, I think
It's not a tournament game, you know.
I think it's to our detriment, Bogart, if we keep focusing on the Badgers. Like, yeah, there's the risk that they just like rocket to the end, but like we know that with the Warlords' current setup, that they can kind of like get a victory with a lot less like margin.
I guess I just want a challenge. That's what
Yeah,
I want.
you like a wild card, right?
I
You're
want-
clowns.
Yeah.
You like the chaos.
So yeah, Badgers definitely don't have it on their turn, so it might be worth letting them out of their cage to hit the rats.
I think so. I mean, I can't really think of a good idea to do anything about them. So, or a good argument rather.
And so, what's your plan, Kelvin?
I mean, I guess my plan is going to be maybe. Well, it sounds like you don't really care if I give you a rabbit card, but like I'd like to. So, because I could like glide here, give you a rabbit card, disrupt oppression in the tower clearing. You know, if the warlord chooses to take it, which is really helpful for them. Or I could go here. I don't really want to take out the stronghold, but I could.
You might need to because you might need to. If he
Oh,
has
right,
that-
because we want to stop a coins craft. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if I got a
Yeah.
coins
I
craft,
mean, I guess I could take it out because I mean, we're just at this point we're just open to the possibility of
if I got a
like,
coins
the
craft and
Badgers being
for
able to
oppress, then I'd
you know.
I'd be winning.
sneak out from under our noses. But hey, I think that's it'd be pretty fun if it shakes out that way anyway. So.
Are you able to give me that bunny but then take out this one and one instead? The stronghold
No,
one.
I don't have enough. I can go to a single clearing this turn.
Damn, your feet are damaged. I see that.
Yeah, because my boots are damaged, and I can fix a torch to get somewhere, but then I can't craft.
Right. Oh man.
Yep.
Well. Okay.
I mean, I can go take out clearing one if you want me to.
So hard. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do.
So my contribution will be I'll be able to take out clearing one. I can't give you any cards or really do anything else this turn.
Understood.
Okay. Cool. Well, then I'm not going to slip because it doesn't matter anyway. So let's go ahead and hammer, repair, torch. We'll use torch to glide over to clearing one. And then I will go ahead and exhaust a sword to attack the warlord here. Would you like to ambush warlord?
Maybe. What would ambushing you do? Make you a
Not
less...
much. I mean, I'm at a point where I don't really think I can afford a forest turn, so I mean, I'm probably just going to be limping along and dumping my hand if I need to, and I still have, you know, these items in the back line if it comes down to needing to just give cards to the goats.
You know, I'm not going to ambush you. I'm just going to trust you'll roll 0-0.
Ooh, I like that. I like that moxie.
Quite the
Here you
gamble.
go.
Ah, dang it.
Oh,
Close.
that's not what happened. I do take some damage, though.
And we are hostile.
We are hostile now.
I'm amazed it took that long.
Yeah, I know, right? I think I'm gonna damage a sword here, just because Or, well, I guess here's a question. If I damage a sword as my hit, does that affect, like, the hits I can do?
Yes.
Okay, well then I can't damage the sword. I guess I'm damaging the torch again. Here we go. All right. Great. Well, and can't do guard duty. Can't do expel bandits. Not in the clearing to do fundraising. Okay. Cool. Well, I'm gonna draw 2 cards, and I'm going to pass it along.
All right.
Oh, my rat actually goes to the coffin.
To the coffin.
That's
Oh,
right.
yes. Let's see if we can do some magic. Probably not, but we can try. I guess, man.
Badgers, you let him talk you into this. I mean,
know.
you talked them into this. What I'm telling you is you should feel free to completely betray their trust.
No, I understand.
I mean, you got to do your own thing, friend.
Right, like I don't think that crafting saboteurs is going to get you any inches towards winning. Like,
Now, of course, you are a bit biased, but I do agree. It's something I was thinking about. But realistically, right? Like, what does that recruit do for me? I mean, I suppose I could just put it in my retinue and wait some more, which is probably what I should / will do.
no, like I don't think you win this game until you I don't know. So here's a potential turn for you, I guess. You could encamp here, recruit, and then battle me and try to get the relic or whatever. And then the thing is if you get wiped off, that's good. And if you don't get wiped off, then you have a relic. Like, it's
But
just...
I can't get the right. I always forget how recover works. It doesn't need to match the clearing.
Oh, no, you're right. I forgot.
does need
It
to-
does.
Okay,
Yeah.
well.
Shoot,
Yeah.
never mind. Well, in
Yeah.
that case, then, yeah, just probably wiping yourself off the board so that you can spawn in an advantageous place is probably your best shot at victory.
Totally. I think that's what the play is. And I think I need to put that bird card in recover just so I can potentially get like 2 relics in one turn and maybe clinch it out. But I like, even if I get like, I already got 2 3s, right? So I got 3 3s, so I would get like 2 2s, so that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 points. And then I'm still like 4 away from victory, but I guess I could get
Well, if you go for
column
jewelry,
6.
then you've got the column bonus.
Still 2 away in that case, but with battling, maybe I get some cardboard. I don't know. It's a long shot, but at least it's a shot, right? So, gotta do what I gotta do.
Oh, wait. You're not encamping, though, right? You're trying to wipe yourself off the board, right?
That would, I guess technically it wouldn't, yeah, because it's not just warriors, it's also encampments.
It's also encampments, yeah.
Okay, understood. Yeah, then, man, okay. I'm learning some valuable lessons about badgers. Is the bright side. Like,
Yeah.
I definitely need to value my recover column a lot more because that's how you win. Anyway, okay. I will skip birdsong. I will move to daylight. Yeah, I mean this bird card is just too valuable. I have no other cards. So I will act with retinue. Can't move anywhere. So I will begin my battles. And for my first battle, yeah, I mean, I still really want to slow down the rats, even if that gives the goats some points. But
Yeah, I'm really stalled out on points right now.
I don't know. Your performances will still get you points, but accolades have gone
no one has
missing.
accolades right now.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't want to attack the goats anyway because you'd be losing a card. So
right.
it's
right,
me.
'cause I'm ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will be attacking this hundreds warrior in 6.
Okay. No ambush.
All right.
You got what you wanted. Let's fill up that coffin.
Saw 2 zeros and I was like, oh, brother. Okay, here you are. Just 1 point. Cool. So that is my first battle. I will not be delving for reasons.
due to mass casualty.
And then I will attack in 12.
All right, no ambush.
Okay. right.
Wow. Okay.
That 0 earlier like completely removed one of my turns. It's brutal.
Yep.
Here you are. And yep, same thing. No delving, nothing to recover or move. I'm completely wiped. I don't think. By the way, root achievement. I don't think this has ever happened to me before. I don't think I've ever been wiped yet. So
Congrats.
this is a fun experience.
In any faction for everything.
By any faction, yeah. It's a new feeling.
It's funny how badgers crave it, during the end
Yeah.
game. They just need to do
I
it.
am living so off the land. The land is doing great right now.
The land has never been more lived off.
The mountain is healing itself.
It was bussin'. And retinue up, and now I will draw one card and pass my turn.
Okay. Badgers probably on a 1-turn clock now. Well, possibly, I guess. Maybe
You think they can get 8 points on their next turn?
Okay, so I mean,
I think that's copium.
my thoughts are that they probably start here. Okay. They take these 2 jewelry, which best case scenario is a 3 and a 2, which gets them 7 points. They have plenty of battles to do it, assuming they have the cards to recruit. Maybe they don't. They do only have 1 card, so unfortunately we cannot steal the card from them because they're not on the board. But yeah, 7 points here, and if they destroy my mob, that's the 8th point.
That is a pretty hilarious non-interaction, though. You can't clown on me because I don't exist.
Right. So, I mean, I could go into that red clearing and just, beef it up and try to stall the Badgers from winning. So, I'll probably be doing that.
Okay.
If you'll stay out of 5, that would be best, so they can't use your clownish combat. Or your Ringmaster's Reign.
It appears the goats have been forgotten in this game.
Oh.
And the goats, while they may lose, they are not going out with a whimper. They are going out with a bang. And they may leave it all out on the field, but there will be talks of the goats in the Marauder showcase for years to come.
I never should have joined the circus.
Mom and Dad, I miss you.
My parents were right.
They were right.
Okay, goats. So sorry to interrupt your big speech, but are you thinking of maybe taking out my mob and my stronghold? Because if we could get rid of the cardboard, then we can probably ensure the Badgers don't win. I think pretty securely. Unless they rule the tower. Ooh, they got that tower point.
Oh, I was hoping you would forget about the tower.
Man, I want to see these Badgers get 8 points in 1 turn somehow. That would just blow my mind if that happened.
I'm not the worry man. I'm not even on the board. Don't let the rats sweet talk you.
Okay, new plan. Rats are going to invade the tower. And I will get rid of my own mob. If you can attack my stronghold, I'll let you have it.
I'm not going to do any of that.
Okay, fair enough.
Sheldon,
Yep.
I'm glad you joined the circus with me, because this is going to be
Thank you.
a show.
No, it's been fun. Despite our current predicament. Hey, I'd rather be here than just out here on my own, struggling.
I'm going to talent scout.
Okay.
To a clearing that has been neglected. I'm going to talent scout and clearing
The
11.
flavor of the flying squirrel joining the circus was just too powerful.
It was
I'm
too
glad I did
powerful.
this.
I have 4 daylight actions. My first action is I'm going to move from 3 to 2. Second action, 6 to 2. Third action, 10 to 5. Fourth action, 5 to 1. And I will be claiming bird dominance.
No, you didn't.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
I didn't sign up for this. Shout the vagabond.
I kind of respect it though.
This is so wacky. We've entered the
amazing.
circus.
I will not be performing. This was my performance. The Critics' Corner is sound. There will
Amazing.
be no praise. Only.
And you're activating dominance, right? Just to
Only
be clear.
dropped jaws. Yes, and dominance.
The critics are silent in shock right now.
Yes. You can hear a pin drop.
This is amazing.
And I will draw 2 cards to
What?
end my turn.
What an amazing show. I could not have orchestrated a better show. Okay.
Louis, something must be done, and it can't be
How
me.
funny! Wait, I just want to point out how funny it is that in this game, where there has been the most point acceleration of any of the showcase games, 2 people have taken their score markers off the track.
This just looks like a 1v1 Marauders game if we just look at the
Yeah,
DP.
it's true. Yeah, we're the highlights now.
Okay, great. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 warriors in the coffin, so I get a point. Goats, here's your warriors back.
Thank you.
And I'll just return these guys with magic. Okay. So that was that. Crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and get this bag with the ruin, and then yeah, a mob is going to spread there. Oh boy. This is nuts. What? So, what can I even do? I've got 4 actions. I can't be relentless because I got the bag. Which means I probably need to be wrathful. So I could potentially attack in both 12 and 2, which would shut off the dominance. But if I do that, it probably leaves Badgers just free to do whatever they want. And because I have 2 mobs on the board, and there's a tower there, then that's not good. What's sad is I can't even get that mob in the tower off the board if I go bitter. There's just no way to do that.
I could draw once. Remember, I've already gotten rid of all of my 3s, so I would still have to get lucky. And the goats, their win is a sure thing, right?
Right, but it would be so funny to make you have to fight them.
God damn it!
The absolute power.
Yeah, and just like you said, it's not a for sure thing, but it's, it is a possible thing. So we're gonna go bitter. I have no idea if this is the right move, but whatever.
Look, if we play chicken, you're gonna lose because I've been in prison for 3 rounds. I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
Yeah, but doing what you have to do on your turn does involve stopping us if you can't actually win. So.
Right. Okay, fair enough. He still has to do something. I just have to carry the torch.
Right. I'm thinking about taking out 1 clearing, because the thing is if I do it all, then I'm just afraid that you will.
No, that makes sense. I'll have free reign.
Right.
Yeah, if you do your part, I'll do mine as well. I think that's fair.
Okay, sounds good. So first command, we're moving over here. Oh, I forgot to give myself warriors.
Yeah, go.
1, 2, 3. Okay. First command, we're going over here. Ah, so sad. I hate these cards in my hand right now. Okay. Second command, we're going here. First prowess going here and attacking. Do you ambush me, goats?
Now, Kelton,
Mm-hmm.
is the move to save the ambush? Because, I'm not gonna wipe out. Well, what do you think?
I mean, there's no way, because we're talking clearing 1, right?
Yeah.
There's no way to stop them from disrupting clearing one as part of our plan. Because even if you ambush, take out 2, and then kill 1, like, best you're hoping for is that they rolled a 0. And also, bitter is a thing. So before the roll, they could actually put an extra warrior here by removing this mob. So we should save this ambush for when the margins are on a smaller fight, like either if some secondary rats battle us or if the badgers try to stop us somehow.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. No ambush.
So, Badgers, I hope you're on the same page as me. There's no way they have an ambush. That was all for show. Okay, also I did do bitter. I am so sorry. That was the plan, but...
That's okay. You're good to do bitter.
Okay. Cool. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Okay. Excellent. So that's a thing. And then I'm just going to move back here.
Now, like, they still have it, right?
So
Right,
basically,
so
the rats are relying that you will disrupt either
fix the
11
other
or
You need to go after 11. Right? Or 2, I guess. Yeah, 11 or 2.
Yes, 2 would be much more difficult.
Right. Okay, so I'm getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clearings for 3 oppress points.
Brother.
And I do rule the tower. Okay. I will give a point to the goats for charm offensive. And I
This
will
has been an absolutely
draw a card.
no pun intended, goated charm offensive.
All right, we pass the turn. Yeah, I don't know what Harrier can do. Can Harrier even do anything to, like, I guess...
To help? No.
You could pick off some warlord pieces. Make their next attack less impactful.
I mean, they just win on their next turn, so there's... I mean, yes, the best thing I can do to help would be to take out a rat here in 2. I am trying to think if there is any, like, galactic brain... You know, like aid 3 times, or I guess it would be aid. Aid 6 times, which I obviously can't even do with my items. The goats, and then like somehow with our allied status, like move them somewhere advantageous. But that is definitely not happening. So let's just go ahead and do what we can. So I'm gonna refresh 3 items.
Well, Kelton, what do you have to aid? Anything?
I mean, I can give you some cards, but it like me giving you cards doesn't do anything for the keepers.
Okay.
Because it all just comes down to the keeper's turn, right? Because either the keepers stop you, or
it's
the
pure king making at this point. And,
yeah, or the keepers don't, and then the rats just win. So
I feel like. Yeah, sorry, you go ahead.
Yeah. I'll keep it quick. Thank you. My ability to contribute in this specific game state, especially given how we have shifted our victory condition, is effectively nothing. Like, there's not really anything I can do. I can give you some cards, you know, and maybe take out this rat here in case it ends up mattering. But there's no way I can stop the warlord from... Because, I mean, they only need 1 point, because they can just hold on to the tower...
Yeah,
and I don't know, get a point from something somewhere. There's still a lot of crafting stuff open. I know they don't have stronghold. Well, they have this actually, so boot, very possible.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's to say nothing, of course, of if between, you know, like if they, because if I take out that rat warrior, then they only need 3 more warriors to enter the coffin, which is kind of a little bit of a big ask, I guess. But
Shelton, I have an idea.
Yeah, what's your idea?
You got a few things that okay. Fly here. All right, we're Kelton. We're looking for ambushes. This is our out in this game. We need an ambush. Fly here. Quest, fundraising, and pray to God one of those two is an ambush.
Is that really what it's come down to? I guess.
If we have an ambush in hand, it's game. We got it. You got two chances.
I don't even know if that gets us there, but I don't want to say too much.
How does it not get us there?
I mean, do you want me to like give us the like stone cold truth as to why we can't win?
He has one card in hand, right?
Yes,
So he
but
can only
here's the
recruit once.
problem.
What's
Here's
the
the
problem?
problem. So the Badgers have been board wiped, which means they can go anywhere on the edge, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they'll just set up here and then they rule.
If it matches, if they have a matching card.
Oh, right. Because they
Is
only
that how
place
that
one
works?
warrior.
Oh, it's one, not
Mm.
two.
So it would come down to whether or not Jayor has a matching card in his hands. Because basically he puts one warrior plus one building, so rule 2, and then discards matching card to bring rule 4, which then ties it up, and then we don't win.
I mean, I could still just move forward. Oh, I don't rule. Well, I could rule Jason clearings and then move in, I suppose.
Also true. Yeah, like there's many ways for this to be disrupted now that we lost one corner in totality. So I do think, like, obviously I think the ambush is still kind of worth it just to see, but like the sad part with most dominance plays, and this is kind of the situation we've run into, is most of the time people don't even need to fight you to stop you, right? It's really just lizard gardens that are going to like force people to have to remove something.
I mean, I honestly think the Badgers might just try to go for a win. Because the Badgers are doing, they would be king making.
Yeah, let me, for sure, right? Like, Dewey's right. No matter what I do, I am effectively, when I say my turn is now over, if I did not let you win, Dewey has won, right?
Dewey has won, and if you didn't win, then you're letting us win.
Exactly.
So it comes down to what you're able to make happen on your turn.
And-
So it sounds
Yeah.
like the ambush plays still are still the move.
I think the ambush play is still like the best out to play to.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's very little we can do to affect the overall course of the game at this point. But
Yeah.
we're gonna do what we can. So here we go. I'm gonna exhaust hammer, repair torch. I'm gonna exhaust torch. We're gonna glide. I'm going to exhaust my tea and my coins. Oh boy, can't wait to get rid of more items. To take care of fundraising. We're going to do fundraising for 1 point. No, we're going to draw 2 cards. And we are going to aid twice for the goats. So here's a card and here's a card. Okay, and I think that's everything I can do. So I can draw a card in my evening, and then I need to. You do the discard in your hand before you do the satchel items. Interesting.
That is interesting.
Okay, I'll go ahead and get rid of tunnels, I guess.
Gasp.
And then I'll go ahead and pitch. Oh, I got to see what my new quest is because that actually might matter. Guard duty. Okay.
I mean, you get rid of the
I
boots,
guess I'm
right?
gonna pitch these 2 damaged boots.
Yeah.
Who
Right.
needs feet when you can fly?
That's true. Okay, that's it.
Alrighty. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of how to do this in the way that feels most fair to everyone's play and time. And to me, it feels like I'd feel bad if I just kind of hunkered down on the goats. Because, yeah, that stops them from winning, but that just absolutely gives the win to the rats, right?
Right.
Even if you
and-
have a 10% chance of winning, you got to go for it now.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so what I'd suggest is calculating it out, see if you can recover all the stuff with your cards. If you can't, then I do think the best play is to police to the left, and maybe
Sure.
the goats can stop me, however unlikely that is.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's super fair. Again, I'm new to the Badgers, so I'm gonna try my best here. And anyone else, feel free to pitch in because I think that's just where we're at in the
Yeah,
game.
no,
right?
I mean it's fair. Yeah. If you
Yeah.
have a 0% chance, you got to make a decision. I am, I'm like you should kind of do whatever you feel is right at that point
Sure.
because both, second and third seed have like guaranteed wins. Like
Yeah.
there's no way to stop the rats because I mean even wiping them off the board just fills up the coffin. So
Yeah. Now the sad part is I have
Insane.
a rabbit. It
That
would be
is
much
sad.
nicer if this was a fox or a bird, because then I could try to recover two with two cards. That being said, what I could do is make a way station in a rabbit clearing and just ignore the fox recover and just get two from saboteur. Guess I could get like multiple. No, it would have to be two because my birds. I can't do much with just one guy. Or could I? No, I couldn't. Because all the fox clearings are full. So I would need to recruit into rabbit so that I can actually start moving around.
Kelton just got up to go. He said, "Be right back." This is like the guy at the climactic scene of the play, getting up in the middle of the robe because he has to go to the bathroom,
Yeah.
getting in everyone's way. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Continue. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. The problem is just I can't. It's hard to move through the map. I'm gonna need to do some battling, which means I'm skipping my first two move retinue actions.
Yeah, we did gum up the works pretty well for you.
Mm-hmm. My thinking is, and this becomes it's part of my game and it polices the goats, so probably the fairest way to go about it. But like, no, I would have to do it like up here. That's where my way station is. Recruit two there, so I have 3 warriors here. Spend one of my moves to go down. Battle in here. Move again using my fox. Delve.
Oh no, you can't
No.
like split up your moves in battles like that. You gotta do all the moves, all the battles.
Well, that's what I'm saying, right? Because it's battle, then delve, not move. Oh goodness. Yeah, I don't think there's a way for me to even get points here because the goats in an ironic twist of fate, taking the bird dominance and taking over all the corners makes it so that I can't move around to get my win con, so I'm forced to kind of just hunker down on you.
Okay. I think I'll just say
Unless I'm missing
this.
something.
I don't think you can win with the tools you have in the board state we're in. And I do think it is impossible for goats to police me because of coffin makers
Yeah.
and the tower.
Totally.
And so if it's pleasing to you, I'd say just let the goats win.
Really? You feel okay about that?
Yeah, that's fun. It's a board game. It's whoever you want to win. You are in the king-making position
Now-
that we've placed you in.
I did make a promise, and maybe this is the plot twist you've been looking for, Bogart. I take off my my keeper in iron mask and underneath his clown makeup because, as I said earlier, I am the third person in your little motley crew. Okay, if that's cool with everybody, let's just play through the
Yeah,
turn.
absolutely. I know some people are not big fans of king-making, but I think it's all part of the social dynamic. And
I
so,
agree.
Yes,
And
yeah.
it's a
I
tough
did
position
have-
because it's a forced king make here.
right,
Right.
it really is.
I did have an interesting, enlightening thought about it because while I was in the restroom, because one argument, if you're trying to do like the whole like, King Solomon, like ethical king making thing, is I suppose you could say that it's always worthwhile to stop the victory condition of the person who's like, I win if you don't stop me, and just let the person who literally cannot be stopped win because they got themselves to a point where they cannot be stopped, right?
Yeah.
So, but of course, I don't want that to influence your decision. I'm just like, it was an interesting thought I had.
I'm gonna be honest. I just think funny goats are funny, and that's
Funny
what
goats are funny. Look, I respect the memes as much as I respect the dreams, so it's all on you.
All right, here's my act. My first move. I'm going to charge headlong into battle for my relics, for my ancestors. I will battle you, Dewey. Would you like to ambush?
Ambush! Wow!
It was there! Alright. And with that, we have one keeper left. 1 against 100.
Oh, those two. I've got some nice coffins made up for them.
Yeah, you have some coffins prepared. I'm going to battle you again. Would you like to... Actually, also, I'm delving.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. Take that back. So this battle still needs to go through.
Oh, right.
We have one warrior and those
see it.
friends. All right. So now
Where's the blood you wanted?
there we go. There's my coffin point. You have
Beautiful.
made me the victor. If only we can skip the goat's turn.
All right, I will pass my turn.
Well, the goats just need to turmoil on recruit, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, had you not King made us the circus plus Harrier, and you had charge head first into 11 just to try to police left and try to make do with
Did
whatever.
you have an ambush?
The gambit worked. I did get the ambush.
That's
off the-
beautiful. Oh man, I feel
the
almost
very
bad that I didn't battle because no matter what I rolled, I would have you would have still had a goat.
Okay, let's play that back, everyone. Okay, rewind, rewind, everybody.
Yeah,
Okay.
everyone act surprised.
Yep. We're taking it all back. Okay.
Yeah, the stage manager says actors hold out. We're gonna back
Oh
up.
my, we're in tech. I'm so tired.
That's what it is.
Okay.
I'm just, like,
Okay.
standing around in my Harrier pajamas.
So yeah, I said my line wrong earlier. It was supposed to have been, you definitely need to kill the goats because that's what proper tournament etiquette would
That's
be.
the etiquette. This is the
Yeah.
only fair way to play this.
is the
silly,
only fair
funny
way.
game about animals in the woodland.
Okay, excellent.
I march into here. I would like to battle you. Are you going to ambush?
Just when everyone thinks the circus is going to shutter its curtains, the fundraising, the last minute fundraising effort paid off, and the Harrier, with all of his coins, donated the third ambush to the circus.
Incredible. I'd like to put out a fox ambush to counter that.
What? What?
Just kidding.
Could you imagine? Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All right, these go to the coffin.
Okay. And then the
roll?
roll happened. It was 3-3.
Oh, if
Oh,
it was
3-2.
0, though, I guess that wouldn't have changed anything.
No, if it was a
all right.
0, it could have actually changed it. Okay. This is intensely satisfying. I absolutely love this.
No matter what happened, the circus wins.
Like, I was completely fine with the king making scenario, but the fact that it would have gone like this
Earned.
the other way, like an earned goat dominance victory,
Great TV, yeah.
I'm in shock. This is what a great way to end our Cirque du Goat showcase.
Love it.
And the Harrier,
The goat.
the Harrier and the goats standing side by side, with an iron fist, keeping all the woodland entertained.
And the crowd is cheering, and we'll have 2 close-ups on the lead circus goat and the Harrier, and they give each other a subtle nod as their the roses rain down upon their heads.
As Kenny G's playing like the 80s movie ending riff,
Yes.
You jump and freeze frame.
Pretty much.
There you go.
There's always
Yeah.
a great question of what each faction victory looks like. So the victory for the goats is definitely like, 80s comedy, like dance party sort of ending. I guess also
Absolutely.
Shrek is in the vein of those with its musical endings.
Oh, there you go. Yes, and of course the repeat line, which is I guess is not. It's not beholden to the 80s, but the repeat line of a line earlier in the movie said at the end again. I told you I wouldn't let you down.
Ooh.
You certainly didn't, and none of you did. It was a fantastic game. So
Beautiful.
thank
So many
you
twists
for-
and turns. Very,
for-
very well played.
for putting your faith in my inability to really do anything other than give the ambush.
I mean, I'd argue that was probably one of the most important plays. So.
Yeah, that ended up being the yeah. That made this just like so satisfying that you had that ambush. Okay, so you all have played several games with Cirque de Goat now. I'd like to hear from Bogart, like what it was like playing the goats in this game. But then just like if anyone has any thoughts now having played so many times with these goats. I would just like to, just for this last showcase game we've done, I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Sure. Well, I came into this game with the advantage of watching the goats, playing with them twice, and then watching the one stream where I was not present for. So I really had a good feel for the mechanics of it, and I shouldn't say really good feel, but I had a feel for it, and I had at least the basic understanding of the mechanics and enough of, I don't know, seeing the interactions and thinking of the other factions and having somewhat of a strategy going into it. And I really liked, I felt like I was able to charge forward with a lot of steam, not necessarily in points, even though I was always in second or tied for first with points for the first maybe 3 turns. I really got some momentum going. I wasn't doing a ton of battles, but I really liked being able to pitch and move people around a lot. Like that was a really fun component of this. I don't know, that aspect of Root, of being able to move other people, whether it's through false orders or when the vagabond is the with an alliance with someone else. I just like that component of force moving and the combative moves you can make without actually battling. I love that kind of stuff, and there's a lot of that with the goats. And there's a lot of people getting moved around and then not minding it until they do mind it. And J.O.R. actually said it out loud. He goes, "Hey, I don't mind that at all." And then I moved him again, even further away from the rest of his badgers, and he goes,
Now,
"Oh,
hold
well,
on.
I don't know about that." Yeah. Crafting was, I don't know. I'm a player who I really like to craft, and I think if the faction mix-up were different, there would have been a lot more crafting. However, I was very scared of the rats and the vagabond. I was hoping the rats would not go after me or slash before the vagabond in turn order, and that did happen. So that changed a lot of my strategy going in, because I really didn't want to feed the rats items for the horde. But yeah, I like, I forget who said it. It was either Kelton or J.O.R. They said that the ghosts have just felt like they've been a part of the Root family all along, and I totally agree.
Ah, that warms my soul. Yay. Okay, great, thank you.
Last thing, of all of my strategy thinking about this, just in the weeks leading up to this, I think I spent approximately half a second going, I could do dominance because of staggering presence, but come on, what are the odds? So that was the entire thought of that going into this game.
That was like a very crazy choice to have seen you make, and it's very satisfying that it actually happened. In like my 150 playtests, I've never even tried going for dominance, honestly. It just never came down to that. Or maybe I was just afraid. But yeah, you've shown the way. Cool. So like other thoughts from you guys. I'd also like to hear what it's like playing against the goats. Because I'm definitely extremely biased in that manner, you know, because I like them, I've designed them. But like, yeah, what is it like playing against them? Thoughts
Yeah,
on goats?
I got a thought on them specifically playing as the Badgers.
Right.
Some like first of all, it's like fascinating how rule interfaces with the way that that faction plays in their staggering presence and in their ringmaster's reign, I think it's called, where you can like still like kind of benefit from rule as long as you're in the clearing and the goats rule it too. Um, that's all great, but I did find myself occasionally being like a little like, wait, is it good that they rule? Is it bad? Sometimes it's helpful, sometimes it's not. And then eventually I had to like kind of hone my thoughts to like, okay, it's bad if I'm trying to move, but if I'm already there, that's good. And this isn't a criticism of the goats. It's just like a way of changing my thought process when playing with them. It's like I rule is generally very binary. It's either I rule or I don't, and that's either good or it's bad. But with the goats, there's like a lot more gray area there, which is really interesting.
Right, because they definitely like hampered your movement quite a bit. There was the one time you got like the 3 recover because of it. Like you only really ruled 1 clearing, but you got to act like you rolled 3, so that was really beneficial.
Let me burst out a lot of points early.
Yeah, we had a nice symbiotic relationship in the beginning because of that. Right, we were intertwined, so I was giving you accolades and scoring a lot of points from that over a couple turns, and then you were able.
I was recovering, and that ended up being my downfall. Is I relied too much on the circus and its performance, and that made me a target. Right, so you have to be careful with how much you rely on the goats.
Yeah, lots to juggle. I will say, thank you. I will say, playing against them and even playing with them. Well, playing against them, I felt like it's been easy to stomp them out when the going gets tough. Kind of like with the crows, where you can prevent those plot flips, the token flips, and their point scoring engine gets eviscerated. Their knees get cut out from under them, and I feel like the goats have a similar issue where you lose a big top. I lost 2 big tops in this game, and I lost all of my accolades from it. Basically all of my accolades. So it's really. I mean, I would not have won this game except for that freak situation of the board where there were no badgers. The rats really had nothing in their horde, and I was allied with the coalition with the vagabond. Like this is the dominance victory is just like doesn't. It's not going to happen. It was a fluke for that to happen. So, in terms of the goats just winning outright, I think there needs to be an evolution of the strategy. Not that the faction is bad. It's just the players need to spend more time with this faction and figure out how to not get stomped out when they poke their head out too soon.
I was curious why you never gave any accolades to the Harrier. Was it just you just like kind of like devalued them because they're only in one space on the board? Was that sort of the thought, or did it slip your mind, or what was?
No, it didn't slip my mind. I think part of it is I am very aware of the Harrier, and I don't want to be giving the Harrier points when
sure
when it's not necessary. I will keep it real. I know Jor was new at the Badger faction, so it was less of, oh, let me invite the Badgers to the circus. It was more of, let me invite Jor to the circus because he's already going to be
already a clown.
And yeah, I don't know. It just never shaked out the way I had hoped. I always felt my moves were better served when I was pitching tents, which I did pitch a lot of tents in this. I always felt it was better to move rats or badgers around than the Harrier. Maybe because the Harrier can fly around, and I just said it's me pulling him here it's really not hampering him in any way.
Yeah, vagabonds really do they make it harder for sure for the goats. But spreading it out to vagabonds makes it so you don't lose as many accolades when your big top goes down. and so that
Right,
could have
right.
helped preserve some of them. But yeah, I definitely did make the goats like stoppable on purpose because they can pop up anywhere with their cards, and they can burst a lot if people aren't watching. And so yeah,
I
yeah.
did notice playing as and against the goats. The second big top is so rarely a boon. Like it's more often just a hindrance, just like a ticking time bomb that's going to put back your game a bit. Because you never put up a second one, because why would you? All you
Right.
need is the one. So I'm curious if during playtesting and developing this faction, you ever considered like, and you said yourself that like that might be purposeful because you can. It's a way to prevent the goats from getting too far ahead. But like, have you ever considered pitching being able to just take down a tent as opposed to putting it back up somewhere else? Was that too strong?
Um, I feel like, well, I have not considered that, but the two tenths are very much on purpose. Like,
Right.
it's meant to be a hindrance. It's like the feel of a circus that got a little too in over its head,
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Had
it
to scale
definitely gets that
down
feel.
over time.
Yeah.
So
Have
yeah.
you ever seen somebody put up a second tent though, instead of just repitching the one that is on the board?
Possibly.
Once the first one goes.
Possibly. It could happen for like a point burst at the very end. If you have a coin in hand, you could potentially do
Yeah,
it for
that's
that
smart.
reason. So yeah, like the only reason you'd ever do it is if
Oh, yeah,
if there was a
crafting.
crafting. Yeah.
Ugh.
So that's kind of the fun trajectory with the big tops and the goats. Like crafting is at the absolute highest at the beginning of the game, and then you're incentivized to not have as many crafting pieces after you lose your second one or whatever. So, but
Well,
yeah,
I had a great time in these showcase games. So thank you, Dewey. This is a very fun faction.
fun to play as, fun to play against.
Both. I had a lot of fun playing as them. I would definitely do it again at some point because I feel like
Nice.
there's a lot. Like Bogart said, there's just a lot to figure out.
Yeah, I don't think the meta has been determined, which is great, right? That's great that
Right.
we haven't found. Oh, this is the strategy. This isn't. There's no small mole, goat strategy, which at least
Commander
it
Yuri.
hasn't been discovered yet. Yeah, yeah. There's no.
Thank you, Loku.
So yeah, that's all part of the fun of Root is trying out new strategies and I don't know, seeing if they work, seeing if they get the thing done. And of course, it always the faction mix-up is always a big factor. I thought originally going into this game, my strategy was just keep the tents away from the warlord. I was like, that's all I need to do. I was like, and I think I can do this. And that I don't know. That really didn't come into effect. In fact, I used the tents to strip the warlord from its protection.
That was lovely to see. I was so happy to see you do that. I mean, from a player perspective, not as
Sure.
much, but from a designer perspective, I'm like, yes, battle goats.
Yeah, but yeah. So at some point in the future, yeah, I would love to play the goats in a I don't know, in without the rats on the board, I guess. So there could be more crafting. I was really nervous, and you could tell the board was nervous. I mean, I crafted Marine Broker. I never got a card from it.
I know there's like 3 items crafted. Like, look at that item supply. It's just so full of items. Okay, so one last hard question for you guys, because the hardest thing I think about playing against the goats is probably the clownish combat, and so I'm just wondering from y'all if that's like I don't know. Would you find that a deterrent from having them in your game? Does that like bring like bad vibes to the game? I don't know. What are your thoughts on clownish combat when playing against the goats?
I can start, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and I guess just to also talk about my experience with the. Well, okay, I guess this will kind of segue. So,
Yeah, go ahead.
Clownish Combat is hand disruption. And that was kind of something that I was thinking about as the Vagabond in this game. Granted, I'm also fourth seat, Warlord goes before me. That ended up not being as detrimental to items and such as it could have been, and as I've experienced on both sides as Warlord and Vagabond. But something to think about. So that was kind of one element. But so it's interesting because I think generally, well, the Vagabond, is really going to vary in strategy, at least in the current like draft setup, because it's going to depend on which Vagabond comes out, and some of them, like the Vagrant, I think would be really hampered by something, or hindered by something like Clownish Combat, and I was a little worried about it. Whereas like some Vagabonds, if they don't plan to aid, it's actually not too bad because they're losing a card, they're not going to get damaged, and then they might go hostile with the clowns, which, depending on if that's early enough, could be kind of bad for their movement, but also gives them a target for attacking. So that's kind of interesting because there's a lot of push and pull with when the clowns can make you go hostile, because they're kind of encouraged to battle everybody really early, but it doesn't create these like short-term losses that a lot of early battling can. So that's kind of interesting. Okay, so then to just talk about Clownish Combat more generally. I think that hand disruption is always a difficult mechanic, just in general, because most times, even when it's implemented well, there's just kind of this feels bad of like you lose cards and you're like, like those were my cards. That said, I really like the way it's designed, in so much that there's a cap on it, right? Like the goats can't Clownish Combat one person 3 times in a turn and take their whole hand, and which kind of is a nice different flavor of hand disruption than something like the Woodland Alliance, where if you have the cards that match and you're triggering outrage enough in a turn, you could lose your whole hand, which is, talk about feels bad. So I like that for the people who are not in the lead, they get to pick what they're giving up, and for the people who the person who is in the lead, that they don't have that choice. I think that's a nice level of depth to it. I think the limitations and the drawbacks on Clownish Combat make sense because you're not dealing any hits, so you can't even do any cheeky stuff with hirelings or partisans or whatever. And for the circus, it's not as big of a deal to lose, some warriors here and there, but it still does require them to get back out onto the board. So it's kind of a nice, it similar to how I felt the first time when we saw the Cirque de Goat. I still feel that same solid feeling of like the interplay of the resources that they use and how they use them feels very clear, and I like that. Of course, the downside is, especially if you don't have guidance of a faction like this or see other games, you might just totally misevaluate what needs to happen, and then you're kind of like treading water the whole game. That was even with my, seeing your excellent first game that we did, Huey, as the goats, and then reading the strategy guides, I still somehow like completely hit a block because I just wasn't getting into my head of like, no, I need to put myself out there more. So that's, and I mean, again, one game, like everyone has, weird games of learning the factions. So not much of a good piece of anecdotal evidence, but still there. But yeah, I like it, and I think it was cool to see the factions side by side with something like the Badgers, where it's another similar case of, they have a lot of avenues to use their cards, and they can turn things into big scoring potential, but that also like puts a big target on their back. Yeah, so I don't know. Those are just kind of my thoughts. I like Clownish Combat. Obviously, it's going to affect certain factions more than others. I do think the Keepers really almost made it, even with a lot of the struggle there. But I know like with the Moles game for the Mountain, it was a little tougher for the Moles just because hand disruption hurts them a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think it impacted the Lizards too much. I don't even who won the Goats. No, the Otters won that game. Thierry, you were playing the Otters.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, so just a couple notes on how I designed Clownish Combat real quick. Um, sorry, I don't want to keep you guys too long.
Oh,
But...
you're good. Yeah.
okay. Um, but it was very hard to design this hand disruption. I had to continually make changes to it until I came to this point. Um, at first, it was always a random card, and that was a very negative feeling. Now it's just a random card if you're like the top person. Um, and then also the whole once per turn per faction, and then the having more VP. That's the control that other players have the most. Like it forces them to either value the cards in their hand or value their position on the score track. And so those are like the kind of things I built in to it to make it balanced. But then also I felt like I needed to make the goats very card hungry in order to justify stealing cards, which, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe making them card hungry and able to steal cards just exacerbates it.
It
But
never felt bad to me.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I will say though, sometimes it felt a little, I don't know what the word is, like almost like floaty, where it's just,
ooh, floaty. What do you mean?
yeah, I don't know, like it's not a,
Oh,
it's not a platformer, but they would roll, right, and then they decide, and that all works. But occasionally I'm like, why are we rolling? And sometimes there was a little bit of a feeling of like, I think hopelessness is like so over dramatic, but like it is just a sure thing. Like if they clown on me, I lose a card.
Right.
But sometimes I would almost wish that instead of it being either do a hit, either roll for hits or take a card, I wish that it was like roll, and if you were to hit them, you may instead roll a card or get a card, but that still relies on you at least not rolling 0-0. So there's still like a slim chance that I didn't get a card taken.
Right.
So that's just one thought I had while playing, is like I do, part of me wishes that there was at least a little bit of leeway to like possibly get lucky and get out of it. But it never bothered me so much that I was like, man, these goats are so annoying.
No, I think that's a really fair reaction to the whole rolling thing. The rolling thing is simply to like see if there's any like defensive hits dealt if you're the attacker, or if, or it's always about, wait, let me see what else, or I guess attacking hits if you're the defender. Yeah, I can see what you're saying, and I've definitely had similar thoughts myself while playtesting it, because that would seem like the natural thing. I guess my explanation away of that is that it's titled Clownish Combat, and so it's supposed to feel funny. But but yeah, I respect that opinion a lot.
Cool.
So thank you for sharing that. Yeah.
Suey.
Yeah.
I really like Clownish Combat. I mean, of course, I like it as the goats, but I think I just like it as a player because, like I said, I like crafting a lot, and I like increasing my hand a lot. But even being an opponent of the goats, I still like it a lot. I think something that's akin to it, or a close equivalent to Clownish Combat, is guerrilla warfare, right? If you want to compare the two factions that have 10 warriors, and how the smaller faction can combat the larger factions. Guerrilla warfare has many drawbacks, and it always sucks when you're trying to remove even just one Woodland Alliance warrior and you roll a 0. It's very frustrating, and it's super RNG dependent. Whereas Clownish Combat, because of how it's structured, it involves so much more table talk, and the social element of the game kicks in, both as the goats and the other people. And I love the fact that you can have a debate on, okay, like if you don't Clownish Combat me, or if I would prefer you do to Clownish Combat me, because then I could give you this card. As the ghost, I use that. I was like, is there any card that I can have to help this situation, or just help me? And and or even once the dice are rolled and you see it's going to be a big hit, then maybe the person who's about to get hit can say, actually, I can give you an even better card if you don't dish out those hits. I think it's a really great mechanic, and it takes out a lot of RNG. That's the word, right? RNG.
Yep.
I'm not
Yep.
making something up. Yeah. Okay. It takes out more RNG, especially compared to guerrilla warfare.
Okay, great. Thank you. I did enjoy watching you do all that table talk around the clownish combat. That was very enjoyable to watch.
Thank you.
Okay, great. Thanks to anyone who stayed till the end. Or those of you watching on YouTube or the VODs or whatever. If you're not following me on Twitch, I'd love it if you would follow me, and I'd love it if you'd go to my YouTube channel and like that. I've got the other showcase games for the goats there as well. So yeah, thanks everyone. See ya next time.